All right. So the Bronze Bullies have successfully triumphed over, several major challenges in probably in the past month. Um, Two of the party now have or have been graciously granted weapons of the gods to borrow and to use in their exploits in their favor. Um, we uncovered that the temple overlooking the Skull Vale, overlooking the valley, um, was actually a arcanic contraption created by Exekias, the artist, through the divine inspiration working with Phoenix. It did come across that Phoenix was using Exekias for this and had been having Exekias trap um, many of his victims in paintings. Maybe just another one of many cruel jokes that Phoenix plays on mortals. But I think you also get the feeling that it also has to do with specifically playing those jokes on those followers of Nylea. Um, let's see. The biggest things that happen is both Telmoon and Telmoon's family was saved and released. Everyone who was in the painting from Bardstock is back outside, beginning to most of them not even really realizing all what's happened just within those few moments. Some of the people seeing some of the chaos from the Manicore are kind of going back to partying. Proxenos turned into a great owl and was going to take people back down to where they were. And then Fitz has met her people and realized whoever she was trapped in her painting with. As everyone is being transferred down the mountain, the only two people that stayed, or two others that stayed back at the temple to make sure a job was complete, was Taroxes and Apodexis. Now, Roland was the old man that we met that is dragging the body of our fallen Zen down the mountain. But we also had a touching moment where Zen was able to rematerialize. We were able to spend some time with his ghost that had transferred over to the other side, that had gone to Elysia. And he was so happy there. He's like, "Hey guys, don't worry." It was a really touching moment, a lot of touching moments, and that was he gave everyone wonderful gifts that were carved like wooden gifts. That what is it when they all come together? Do they say Zen or Troy?
They link together. Yeah,
Yeah, they
I
all link
watched that part at
together.
So
least.
the bottom of them link together, and then there's like a piece of wood that has two banners that connect in the middle, and it says "Bronze Bullies" across, waving.
Nice. Um, so those things. After all of this happened, after everyone is starting to rejoice down at the revel below, up on the mountain, Apodexis and Taroxes are committed to handling what they said they were going to do, which is to take Exekias' hands. Exekias, when he realizes that they are going to hurt him, he tries to run, and he runs around the outside of the like the dome like structure, to where there's that little crystal or lens on the front of the structure, and there's a bit of a bluff or um, just a edge that drops 100 feet below into the cavernous trees to the forest below, into the mountain range, and but he can't get far enough before Apodexis is able, when he puts his hands up, to tear both hands off. And then he is, at that exact moment, the Temple Obscura, the Camera Obscura, activates and transfers Exekias in this tormented moment into a painting of his own. So he's upside down on the wall inside the structure, and that is when the structure begins to rumble and seems like it's beginning to collapse and come down, and we ended there. Anyway, anybody want to add anything else to that recap for any other things, smaller things that maybe want to bring to light?
Um, I know that I know the most important thing that we ended off on was Fitz seeing her
Mm-hmm.
tribe.
And I'm
Yes.
just creeping on them. I haven't interacted with them yet.
Very, very naturally, just underneath was it a bush or was it like a cart?
I actually don't remember. I'll allow you to imagine it whatever way. Imagine it's a bush and a cart. There's like a couple of bushes
I
and
imagine.
it's parked next to a cart. What do
Perfect.
you imagine? Yeah, Fitz.
I was gonna say, I imagine because you said that they were talking with
With
what's
Telmoon's
his
mother, with
face?
Elpida and
And
Jerome.
Jerome.
Hmm.
And so I imagine they're kind of in their tent
Hmm.
that we had interacted with them in, and it has like plush pillows
Hmm.
and like big major relaxation zones. And I'm like creeping behind one of the big plush, like a beanbag chair kind of thing.
Nice. Awesome. Um, couple other things to put. Let's see, to share.
I have one that we didn't mention. We also found out that the Titans are coming.
Right, because that's what he was trying to do, is free them.
Yeah. And then, so we talked a little bit about that. Then there are some of the things that are on the table, such as Jerome asking to wed Elpida and asking to maybe have Telmoon and his party go on a hunt to find a unicorn, to get a ring, a magical ring, um, so that he can make that proposal. I don't. That's still on the table. And yeah, I think everything else we will role play and find what you all want to do next. All right, Corey. Let's do this. Proxinos, can you give me a con save, please?
Uh-huh. By the way, I am still that giant eagle.
Giant. Okay, yep, giant eagle. Okay. I thought you were an owl, but eagle.
I think I worded it as an eagle, but
yeah,
it's
it's
really
a
an
giant
owl.
eagle. Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
All right, that's a 9.
Okay. So, yeah, even as the owl, it's starting to feel a little weird. Not great. Okay. Let's see. What I'll go ahead and
But I'm so sorry, Mel. Looking over my notes, one other thing that we can add for the beginning is Asteros heard kind of directly from Crufix that Crufix has been sending out various servants to try to sever the threads of fate.
Yeah.
So we know that that's been happening in the background, but
Yeah.
not really. We didn't see it directly.
That's another good one. Thank you. So you guys are all good there.
Was Pythias's informant approaching us, or is this an old note?
The Pythias informant, I did add him at the bottom end of the game there as well. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll explore that once we start. All right. So, bathed in like a orange morning glow, we open on the shot of Exekias, framed upside down in that portrait, still in that look of terror, the splash of blood coming from both of his arms, his wrists, the handless wrists. The canvas remains there, hanging upside down, and the center of the canvas is kind of torn, and a huge crack runs down the structure of the wall behind him. It runs along the floor, runs all the way across to the opposite side of the room where the lens of the Obscura once stood. That no longer stands there, as it is now a hole in the wall, a huge kind of like section of rubble that has collapsed, and a large crack runs down the structure. You can see that through this place that many of the pillars have collapsed. In the room where the gallery was, the pillars have collapsed, and there's just a hole in the floor that just goes down into darkness. And from outside, as we kind of pull away from it, we can see that the crack runs all the way down the mountain. And so what we're understanding is that the entire structure didn't collapse. but it appears to be a ruin now. It is dilapidated, and the crack runs into the forest below to a little beyond the morning mist there at the bottom of the mountain, maybe like at a 300-foot drop, is a small cave. It almost looks like it's been created by the crack in the mountain, and that cavern leads deep inside to something else. And the reason I share this is because having made it out of the structure, we can see that Apodexis and Taraxes kind of stand like kind of huffing, having kind of made it down the windy road away from the structure and met up with Roland, who now has someone to easily help them carry the body of Zin. What they all can I have a perception check from just Roland's no longer really probably going to be in our story, so let's just have it from Apodexis and Taraxes.
$18.
And he's just like wiping the blood from his muzzle. I'll leave it there, just so that Telmun can see.
A fitting decoration definitely increases the presence of your maw.
And you got what's your perception, Apodexis?
Let's see. Just perception.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 12.
Okay. So, Apple, what you begin to hear sounds like a rustling. Sounds like the rustling, like the morning wind. Could also be the bugs or the bugs that are like flying around. Kind of sounds like a hissing sound. But it's Taraxes who looks down and kind of points and sees down where the cavern is, and he notices that sound is rising, and there are multiple hisses, loud, and Taraxes and Apple, you both realize standing there with Roland, that what dark creature lives there or has been released or that is in that cavern below. Now we'll immediately leave that moment. And as we leave that moment, we go back, we fast forward an hour, and we pick up on the entire group, or most of the group, and Apple and Taraxes are still coming down the mountain with Roland, but everyone else is standing at the stage, and in moments, Elpida is singing her heart out, right? She is, and the crowd is going wild. Little Fitz is still standing in a way she still hasn't gotten the courage up enough to approach her people, and it's in that moment that we're at a moment beyond the moment where we left them, but you can almost imagine that suddenly Elpida was like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be on stage, and rushed off, and suddenly the crowd began to move forward, and everything started to happen so quickly that everyone's kind of caught up in this moment. There's this big owl that's kind of like his eyes are jumping back and forth as the music is playing, and the revel is back on. Telmun hears his mom. He's probably in the den of sin or whatever, as he hears, as he's like getting off the bed or whoever he was with, like, oh, my mom's is going on stage. Taraxes and Apple are just starting to enter the opening there in the glade where they see the sun shining. Elpida is glowing with little sparkles that dance around her, but when you look closely, you realize they're little pixies, and she's singing. And at this moment, I will go ahead and kind of turn it back over to you all in this wondrous moment. Jerome is kind of pumping his fist. He's like, "That's my Elpie," like standing near the group. And the rest of you can kind of imagine yourself working your way through the crowd, meeting up. The Fitz can still see her kind of group of people, and still see the two people that appear to be like, she thinks might be like family, like mother and father. Those who were the woman and the man who were talking to Jerome. And turn it over to you all.
Just in the background as this concert is playing, there's a giant eagle that's flying over over the stage and across the crowd every now and then, and we'll just make that eagle noise
Nice.
as you probably hear in the background of that music.
I am gonna. My dog is crying, so I can still hear you, but I'll be right back, and I can still hear what everybody's kind of rolling.
So Proxenos is making that.
Is it like
Yeah,
in rhythm with the music or just at random points?
in rhythm with the music.
Yeah.
Giant eagle wants to get down.
Mhm. So I'm gonna kind of yell over the loud music to Fitz, like, "Hey, why are you acting like a creeper?"
Hey, I think I'm supposed to talk to those people from the painting that I've never really, I don't know. And she just kind of starts hyperventilating a little bit and passes out.
She's
Well, pick her up if she's not gonna become conscious, and like pick her up so she's not just on the ground face down. Maybe like find somewhere for you to sit.
suddenly
Yeah.
like a satyr with little long stringy hair goes, "Hey bro, does your girl need some water? You could get pretty dehydrated." And he like holds out a
She-
chalice.
yeah. She has a condition. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, bro.
And he's like, "Anytime." It just kind of like goes off raging.
You just splash it in my face.
I'm gonna take a little bit. And kind of like fan the hand to get some air flowing by your face.
Ah!
Yeah.
I'm
Here, have
so
some water.
freaked out. Thanks. What
I
should
mean-
I say to them? Like, how do I even approach? What do I like? Hey, are you from a painting? I might be too. Like, that makes that sound so stupid.
How about, hey, where are you from?
What if I mean? Sure.
So
Or
the
just
people
introduce yourself. You don't need to ask him anything.
in the chat. I'm gonna put the people that look somewhat familiar to Fitz, and
Well, all right.
Hey.
one of them's a little young boy, little satyr.
So that's
And
not who I
then-
said. Oh, all right, Sue. That's not who
I'm sure that's.
that was poor timing, sir.
Oh no.
Oh, I see. We got sexy dad over here.
Yes, it was sexy dad that got the oh, all right, not half naked young boy. Just to be clear,
Not
Mama's
Fitz's
on
brother.
the line.
You are in a safe space, Jason. It's okay.
Not that
There's
safe.
no safe space
Just
for
to be
that.
Not
clear.
that safe. No, not. Oh man. Oh.
We have left. Oh man.
Oh, we got Fitz's mom.
Sorry,
Oh.
Nikki's mom.
So sorry.
Left
My
Raven, lost
D&D
Barbie.
mom.
And so, when the music kind of starts to kind of come to, she like finishes like boom, and like there's like some little fireworks, and she's like, thank you, like some kind of magical presence, like throwing her voice across the crowd as people clap, and 1 second here, and suddenly it's it's kind of quiet there for a moment. People are like, yeah, they're kind of like waiting for like the next act to go up. So people are kind of moving around through the crowd. You guys are all like with each other, I imagine. Even Apple, even Taroxys.
I was gonna ask that. I'm like, are we down there?
Yeah, you're all there. You're all like, you're probably like at a good spot right outside the big tent, right? The big open tent with all the plush pillows and everything. And so you and there's
Are we putting
man,
Zen on those pillows?
It's up to you. I mean, some people were kind of seeds in being moved, and a lot of them were like, "Oh, he's knocked out." Like, yeah, like no one really seems to know like he's dead. Kind of like Weekend at Bernie's moment for everyone at the party who's just not paying attention. And then the woman with the dark hair, the satyr, is kind of looking Fitz way, but she, right as Fitz kind of steps behind Pythias, but Fitz can kind of tell she's kind of like looked like she saw someone familiar, but and then at that same time, someone bumps into Telmoon and oh, hey man, and it's Jerome, and he's just like, your mom and I really want to really thank you. We really appreciate everything you did. Like, that could have gone so bad, and you all are heroes. And then you hear, he's like, I just want to say, I'm definitely still would love to, have you help me get the ring, and just tell him to respond.
Dex just moves forward with that crazy ass rifle and he goes, "Point me to the unicorn," and he's like muzzle still all covered with blood.
And then you do like she says, "All right, I know I'm going to get off stage now, but can I also, I just want to say that the Bardstock has been able to go on and have this wondrous like finale because of some very special people to me, my son Telmoon and the Bronze Bullies. Can the Bronze Bullies come on up here?"
A giant eagle flies on stage.
oh, hello. I don't know how you guys respond.
Oh, that's my cue. And I walk, and I just kind of absentmindedly hand flags to people. Hi, yes, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Including your family or avoiding your family?
Probably, but making no eye contact. Just moving along.
Taroxy's just shadows Telmoon.
Appa's holding the rifle thing and just going, "I'm gonna kill the unicorn."
I'm gonna head up and kind of wave the hand.
Nice. And as you all get up there, they go, "We appreciate you." And she goes around and gives you these wreaths, these laurel wreaths full of flowers, and bows. And she goes, "Give it up to them. They made sure we had that moment. There was little technical difficulties where everything slowed down, and a couple of monsters showed up, but fixed the situation." And she just, continues to thank you all. And at that moment, the lady in the crowd goes, Fitz, I knew Fitz. She's like, "Look, it's Fitz." And you can
I'll hopefully point to her.
I have fans, you guys. I have fans.
And so moments later, when this little ceremony is all said and done, if you don't have inspiration, you all also have been given inspiration. You are kind of stepping off stage, and this lady is waiting for you. And she goes, "Fitz, we've been looking at you forever, don't you know? Where'd you go?"
Well, I was on stage, and before that, I was in a tower, and before that, I was over here, and she just goes back through her whole history until the lady stops her.
Well, you always could run on, and you were always leaving the forest, and she's so curious. And then they the man kind of goes in for a hug, and Fitz does feel like these people seem familiar, but she doesn't, it's almost like got amnesia, she doesn't quite remember them. And then they kind of notice, eyes a bit sparkly, but a bit have you forgotten who we are?
Maybe just a lot.
Oh no, it probably was the magic. We will try to explain what we remember, but we have felt like we've kind of lost all sense of time. But I'm your mom, I'm Trael, your dad, Nuvum, and then the little brother. He's running around in the background, and that's Bully. You're Bully. He doesn't like to talk much. And he's just running. He's he goes and hits this other a centaur walking by, and he hits him in the ass with a stick. And the centaur looks around "What are you doing?" And he just goes. He looks like he's extremely mischievous little kid. And so she goes, why don't we go somewhere to catch up and talk? We just missed you. It's just so crazy. We're finally out of the. We've been reveling for so long, and then now we're reveling with other people. We knew something was off, but hey, the party just got bigger. It was kind of slow there for a moment.
I mean, yeah, it got real slow, and we kind of went into a different dimension and kind of found some robots and stuff. You're talking about a different time when it was slow. Oh gosh.
Never seen a robot. I don't know what a robot is. Fitz, have you been traveling the world?
I think so. I got really lost, and I was just following this Marco Polo because that's what I do when I get lost. I'm just like, which way do I go? And I call out and I get an answer. I go where that is. And I got really lost, but then I met all these really cool people, and we've kind of been doing like super cool things. Look at my vest, and I show all the badges
they're so
of all the
cute.
things that we did. I had all of these made, and we are the Bronze Bullies. Don't let the name fool you. They're very nice.
She elbows Navoom like, I told you this thing. You taught her that Marco Polo. She would wander off. Someone was going to respond one day. When he's like, it was a joke. I used to say Nylea would respond. I didn't think anything of it. It probably wasn't. Somebody responded. We used to play Navoom, but I wasn't. Someone responded and you left?
Yeah, and I kind of got this really cool bow from them.
Ooh.
And I pull out that bow that's like that Nylea gave me. That's
Their eyes get
all
really
made out of
big.
tree branches. I think it's really special.
I think you're really special. And they kind of like walk with you. And so they begin to talk is kind of let everyone get caught up, but they begin to talk endlessly about how things were slow, and they remember they weren't in a lot of pain, but they just remember not knowing where Fitz was, and they kept looking around and asking for you. They knew you were, constantly, you were the type to be curious and to frolic and to wander off, but they didn't think you had gone that far. But when things got slow, they were a little concerned, and they lost their sense of time, so they don't really know how long, and they don't really know what happened, but they do remember something being off about the visitor who came, this strange-looking human who wanted to play games, and they were playing games with some of the Satyr folk, and this one visitor kept losing, specifically to Navoom, and Navoom steps in and he goes, yeah, he was a cheater, and I could see every time he played a hand he was a cheater, and I'm a better cheater. And so shortly after, and he kind of explains that shortly thereafter, the stranger flipped the table, stormed off into the forest, and shortly thereafter there was this statue of Phoenix that had appeared, and seeming like a watchful eye of sorts. And now they understand that if they understand that maybe the god played some kind of cruel joke on them, but they don't know how they were freed, but now they know. I guess if Fitz have kind of explains, the mom's like, oh, that makes so much sense, like, Fitz, are you saying we were in a painting?
Oh yeah, it was really big, and I found it in a dragon's hoard. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. And
Goodness.
I'll save that story for another time.
Sounds scary.
I carried it around with me all the time, and we even hunted down the painter. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. We hunted down the painter who painted it, and man, talk about mischievous, that guy. He was trapping people all over the place in paintings.
Wow. Well, it does seem like now you have a bit of... You've been blessed? I mean, that appears to be the blessed bow of Nylea herself. That's wonderful, but I just wonder if you're in any danger because of that. I don't want Phoenix, messing with my daughter.
Yeah, but Phoenix is kind of messing with the world. I think it's a little bigger than just me, and I think this group and we actually could do something about it.
And some servants that are working with Elpida kind of bring around food, and then the parents look and they go, well, sorry. You all seem so quiet. I know it's a chance to catch up, but it's still a festive occasion. Who are your friends? You want to introduce us?
Oh, are you guys all there?
I imagine you're all there. That's why, yeah, I didn't want everybody to know.
Giant Eagle hops forward.
This is my friend Proxinos. It's really amazing that he's an eagle right now, because usually he's just asleep.
Just like the eagle screech, kind of, and
So
then
When Proxino's not an eagle, what is he?
Regular?
Oh, like is he satyr? Is he human?
Oh, yeah, like a human. Yeah,
Oh,
that
like a
kind of
human.
regular, that flavor of regular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're boring, but
But he's got this flair where he just passes out, kind of like me. We've really bonded over
Oh.
it. See, I made him that Sleep Master 3000
you
badge.
have sleepy friends.
It's great.
Eagle just hugs Fitz's parents, and then backs off and looks at the others.
Apple steps forward and goes, "Nice to meet you. I'm Apodexis. I took Zacchaeus' hands, hence the blood."
You took his hands?
And the parents kind of like reel back, and then
Yeah,
suddenly like
he's intense, but we're friends.
And he grins, and but you just see like all of his fangs are still kind of covered with bits of flesh.
And then suddenly between the parents pops little Bully, and with all the blood on your mouth, like the dry blood, and he goes, "Rah!"
That's pretty good. And then Apple goes,
Oh. And he like jumps behind his dad.
Oh yeah, he's really intense. You got to be careful of that one.
The dad kind of chuckles, like, "See." But yeah. So there's kind of this like, festive moment like, where you all are kind of relaxing. I don't know what everyone's maybe wanting to do or wanting to talk about. And Fitz, you can kind of continue to catch up and continue to like share more with them. But you're kind of starting to understand that these warrior people, and that while they aren't the most familiar, there's something like very comforting about knowing that they're there and now, and that you can continue to maybe build on this relationship that was lost, possibly.
I give them each a flag and an honorary bronze bully badge, and kind of say like, don't be surprised if I talk into your brains sometimes, because I might do that, because I'm definitely not gonna stay here and party all the time.
Well, since you were all telling stories, you mind if I tell one more?
Sure.
Well, the reason I think it's kind of relevant is you're talking about Phoenix and all, which has got me really kind of shaking in my boots. We used to, me and Nuvum also would tell many of the kids in the here in the Schola Vale about the tragedy of Arasta, but we told a more fun version of it. But the truth is, in ages long past, Nylea had a beloved, like a dryad companion, Arasta as a sister, and the two would spread wonders across Theros. And one day, Phoenix, envious of the pair, and stung by some forgotten slight, transformed Arasta into a terrible monster to prove that the goddess's love was based on beauty and not true kinship. And seeing the unfamiliar creature, Nylea supposedly was horrified by her and drove her away. And shattered, Arasta retreated and has terrified the gods and the servants of those mortals of the world ever since. And no one has really seen the creature in its true form, I think, and lived to tell the tale, other than maybe Nylea herself. But rumors are is that Phoenix did this as a cruel joke, and that For unsuspecting folk, the creature appears as a red swan to this day. Nylea remains deeply pained by Arasta's loss, and knowing only that Phoenix can undo the curse that laid upon the Dryad, she sometimes... So the story always ended with the idea that one day she would call on champions to free Arasta. I don't know if that... I hope that's not you. I don't want you to fight Arasta. That's terrible. Or even, I mean, even if you were trying to help her, she's very dangerous.
But you don't think I'm strong enough? We did all this so far. We could do more. Look at all my friends.
As you were posing, Fitz, the eagle was also posing as well, kind of like
Yes.
like mimicking a little bit.
Apodexis is gonna kind of like lean into Taroxys, goes, "Do you think that's what we heard in the hole?"
I wasn't able to get a good look at it. We'll have to go back and verify.
New mom, new dad. All I can say is that if Nylea called me to break a spell or a curse or whatever, I would do it. Because she hasn't led me astray yet.
Except Fitz, didn't you get led astray after you left the painting?
Well,
Or did
Well,
she?
if you think about it, I'm the one who freed everybody. If I didn't leave, then everyone would still be stuck in there.
Fitz,
Including
can
me.
I have
Trying to
a,
lead
can
you
I have
to
an
a toilet?
insight check, Fitz?
Okay. $15.
Okay. So Fitz, at kind of what you even how you even responded, but just to add and make it even add some more clarity to it, it would probably be unlikely that Phoenix would have been the one to allow you to safely escape the painting if it was a cruel joke. And something about the little girl handing you the bow, feeling the blessing of Nylea on you in this moment, your mom talking about Nylea. Fitz almost feels like Nylea's come to help her several times over this, and she has confirmed to be the other side of the Marco Polo. So it seems that maybe Nylea released you for a reason.
Yeah, what he said. I have a purpose.
So back to where Jerome is kind of standing there, Tell Moon. So I know you don't like me too much, but so what do you think?
I'm catching this unicorn. Apo, kill the other one.
Kill the other one.
They're taking it up. They're taking it away. They're packing up right now.
You guys can't go off and kill a unicorn. I don't want you to kill the unicorn.
We're not going to kill the diamond unicorn.
Please,
He's
you
going to kill
maybe
the
a
other
little bit.
unicorn.
You can't kill any unicorns. That's a bad idea. we shouldn't be killing any unicorns.
Fine.
Monsters are fine. Certain monsters are fine. Nylea does have monsters that you should leave alone. I've heard stories, but I just want you to get it to. I hear that if you aggravate it, maybe you'll be able to communicate with it. Maybe I don't know. You people, maybe you can charm.
What do you want?
the
You
unicorn.
want us to beat up the unicorn? You
No,
want us to talk to the unicorn? How we do? What do you want?
I can hold it and Taroxys can punch it.
Unicorns, I don't know much about them, but I hear that they have a lot of magic, and so when they cast spells, they end up forming this ring. Or maybe you could talk to them, and they'll freely give you one. You are the bronze bullies. And he kind of does one of those to Telmoon's chest, and he sees Telmoon's face, and he's like, "Oh,
Okay.
what do you think?" Listen. There's no rush on it. I know you were pretty busy, and you all.
No, it's just I thought we were.
Heard the little one talking about saving the world, so
Yeah, I thought we were escorting you through the dangers of the woods. But you were
I
getting
plan
the
to go with you. I will go. I'll go.
ring. You plan to stay in the back while we do this?
I'll stay by your side. Where you stay, I'll stay.
And you're going to talk to the unicorn to get this ring.
kind of thinks about it. Yeah, I will. He kind of like huffs his chest out, holds his breath a bit, and then when he lets go, he goes back to his little pot belly. Boop, pops right back out.
Ma, we're going on a field trip.
Goodbye, mothers of our friends. We shall return.
You, Ma?
Are we going somewhere, you guys?
You can.
Going to
stay.
hunt a unicorn, punch it in the face until it gives us a ring, but not kill it because apparently it's a bad idea.
That sounds oddly specific.
Yes, and I'm not happy about not killing the stupid unicorn.
Do you guys need help?
Is
Can
this
you
thing
speak
like
with
Parents? Making a family trip?
Pythias, sir. You hear this guy's kind of moving through the people. I lost you in the crowd when the fine lady went on stage. You see this kind of like bug-eyed, like blue fellow kind of approach you, and he seems to be a different fellow than you met before. He looked like him from afar. It's kind of fin trailing down his back. I am Zeev. I have been sent. I found you as we have been scrying to locate you and your friends.
that must have been an interesting scribe. We've been all over the place.
It has been hard to catch up. You move quite a lot and very fast. At one point, I had tracked you to some ruins, and then you completely disappeared from there in Satessa, and then last time you showed up here, and so I have tried to move with much haste, but being on land, I wished there was more water. I actually was able to swim up a river to get to you.
And by the way, that temple that you tracked us to near Satessa, avoid it.
It was quite... oh yeah, I did not decide to go there. But...
Good.
I wanted to... we wanted to let you know, or notify you, that things are strange in the waters. While Thassa's anger seems to be quelled, there are rumors that Thassa is going to release several krakens, and we don't know why this is, but many of the Tritons are rallying to pray and to talk to an oracle to find out. As you know, krakens are only released in dire times and can cause major damage to all. And so I simply come all this way just to give you a message to be on high alert, and that if you do ever decide to come home, your family, welcomes you and is concerned. But we will keep you posted, and so that you can communicate a little bit better. He gives you a smooth stone, and as he gives it to you, he goes, "You can call out to me or speak into this, and you will be able to transfer messages much easier." And he also, from his pouch, from his satchel, he pulls out a conch shell, and he goes, "This is the same shell one of the two shells I used to scry. I give this one to you now." And is a conch shell of scrying, to where basically you blow into it like a horn, and it emits like a bit of a mist or a vapor, and over time that mist allows you to start to use the scrying spell, and it can be used once per day.
Well, thank you for traveling so far to bring this information.
I am a land trade, and it is my job, and my shift is almost up. When I get back, I will get several months in the water. I will be very happy to get off of this dastardly land.
Well, I think we had planned to be in all places kind of far and wide, but nothing really definite. But if there are bad things in the deeps, I don't know, it may take some convincing to to get the others to come there.
Are there any messages I should take home for you?
I will contact you later. There's nothing to report at this time.
Fair enough. I think I'll stay around and I'll grab a bite of the river and maybe grab a. I do like human wine, or the mortals, the land dwellers wine. So I think I'll grab some of that over there. And they kind of. And no, I also like that liquid they make out of lemons. Quite delicious. Kind of walks away.
Yeah. Well, enjoy yourself here. This is not something to be missed.
Now, did dude come up to the middle of us to say all that, or did he
Yeah,
fight these
yeah.
aside?
I always assume that they like kind of walk right up to you where you all are. They're not pulling you guys aside.
Giant Eagle is been sitting down, tongue hanging out, and just like looking between everyone that's been talking.
How long does this damn polymorph last?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
hit
How
you?
much time has passed? Because
It was an hour before the thing even started.
He just keeps recasting it.
Was it?
Yeah, I had actually said that it was an hour later.
Okay,
So you had,
okay.
I just assumed you recast it, but it was fine. It would have been fine for you to recast it, but he could, if he wanted to stay an hour, he could just recast. If he
You
had a
don't come
spell
back and
slot.
talk to us.
No Proxinos, only bird.
Okay. The
Do you need somebody to
it
hit
was
you?
lasting very long, but eventually it finally drops.
Have you thought about what you also do with Zen's body as the party?
As
I mean,
rolling cut up.
it's in the tent on some cushions.
It's just
Yeah.
laying down. He looks quite peaceful.
Look
We'll
like he got
probably
burnt
bring a
on
spell
a
piece
Very
over
in
burger
the
hand.
field somewhere out here.
Yeah.
Do we need to go? Do we need to go kill a kraken?
It sounds
I thought
like
we were killing a unicorn. How
That's
many
for-
things
well, I mean,
are
we
we
could do-
killing?
They said no killing unicorns.
Not killing the unicorn.
Oh,
We can
Yeah.
kill a
Apple
kraken
may
and
punch
we
a
can-
uniform.
Yes.
trying to kill a kraken, I think, would be very foolish. If anything, maybe they'll find out something and we can help prevent krakens from even coming to the surface at all.
Can a kraken kill a titan?
You see that now Proximo's like face down in the dirt.
Can I have a insight check from everyone?
That's
Great.
shit. Nat 20. That's a
Ooh.
19.
So if nobody goes high, I will probably go with the nat 20 if anyone goes, if everyone is under that. But
Thoroughly under.
okay. Or if you're higher, you know. But basically, whoever nat 20 or higher has the same kind of revelation or a moment there as Telmoon does. But Telmoon, you immediately are taken back to the conversation of Heliod on the mountain where he was trying to convince you all to come over and be Heliod's bullies. And he talked about the mission he was going to send you on is to do some damage in the cities of he was going to cause a ruckus, and he did mention that he was going to send krakens to both both return cities, both Asphodel and Odunos, and he was going to send you all in to kill the Murder King. So if that story's true, maybe this is why the guy who just came, the Triton, is talking about the krakens being stirred from their slumber.
Just to be clear, Telmoon has connected the dots that this might be Heliod sending krakens, not that Thassa is sending krakens to fight Heliod's krakens.
Yeah, it would be. It seems like it's probably Heliod telling Thassa to release her krakens.
Okay.
I believe she.
Just making sure there's not a kraken battle I'm gonna miss here.
Yeah. That we don't know. It doesn't seem like that. If this is connected to that, then no, the krakens probably won't be fighting each other. They'll probably be working together.
Ideas are those the krakens that are supposed to go to kill the Murder King?
Probably, yes. I don't think Yeah, you mentioned it. Heliod doesn't really have krakens of his own, so I wonder though if Thassa would just do what he said. I think she
Pythes,
would need a
what did you
reason.
roll on your insight check?
Oh, 3.
Okay. So Pythes is like, yeah.
If they're going for the Murder King, let them.
I have no reason to protect the cities of the undead, I don't think.
I just worry once they're out, krakens are extremely destructive. We don't know what they might hurt on the way to do what they are told to do. And we know what the Murder King is as well.
Yeah.
Let me also add that as Zeph is who just came to you, he would have probably also made a point of the reason he's not like panicking is he's just kind of like notifying you since you're kind of like the spy on land or one of many, right, that go off and are. He is letting you know that this could be happening, and the thing about like whether maybe you've lived through maybe Pythes has lived through a Kraken rising, or maybe he's talked to other people who've lived through a Kraken rising. It doesn't happen overnight, right? So it's not something that this is going to happen tomorrow, right? This could happen in some months, could happen in some weeks, right? Maybe even some days, but highly unlikely. But it's good. But typically, when Thassa's being roused like that, it's like almost like all the Tritons are kind of connected to her temperament and kind of know, right? Also being known because they're being told by their oracles, and so they don't always necessarily know why they're going to rise and strike and what they're going to do, because no one really knows what Thassa is going to do with them, but they are feeling that stirring. So just so you know that this isn't like imperative to act on now, but just to know is there.
Yes. And like building on that, like I tell all of them, it takes a lot to rouse Thassa into doing something so drastic. A thought is, what if we could fix the problem before the Krakens are roused?
You want us to go kill the Murder King in
Might
the
be a
city
better
of
solution.
Asphodel?
Could be better
Let's go.
for the whole world.
Let's go.
You think it would piss off
Tell Moon
Heliod if we did it
100%
anyway?
signs off on this plan. This sounds like the genius plan of Telmoon.
If we could beat Heliod at his own game.
Still face down in the dirt, you hear, I also have reasons to go and kill the Murder King.
Oxynos, you just
Is
had
Daddy
a long
showing him
rest.
love?
No.
What are your reasons?
My brother is still part of Heliod's champions. He was going to send us in with him. I am pretty sure he would just die going in.
So what's your reason?
Apple looks around going, is this supposed to be a bad thing?
I don't want him to die.
Then tell him to stop doing stupid stuff.
He's too thick-headed.
He can be a jerk, but I think he was also growing a lot. He might turn around.
So we're gonna go kill the Murder King so that your brother doesn't die, and so that we can kill the Krakens on our own?
I-
Or stop the Krakens?
Yes, we should really stop the Krakens from doing anything. We don't want them out.
Now, tell Moon, you remember Heliod saying he would be sending those Kraken specifically to the return cities, not any of the polis populated by
Yeah.
Livy, by the Livy.
See,
If
see
that,
no issue.
like I said, if this connection is true,
Yeah.
then that's another reason to be like, would these Krakens really pose any threat to you all or to anyone else in, like, say, Melitus or Akros or Satessa or any of the other small cities, or
It almost seems like letting the Krakens out would do everything for us. It would give your brother back up. And if he dies with the Kraken on his side, then that means he's just weak.
There are other ways to poke at Heliod.
Well, there's lots of ways to poke at Heliod.
So we just
What are
allow
your
him to.
ideas?
Heliod? Or to, like, where we should go. So I thought
I
we were
mean-
just going to do this quick field trip, and then we were going to go back up through Apos' homeland.
Fitz, your mom is like, this is getting a little scary. So we don't want to. All this talk of murdering kings and gods.
The world's a scary place, Mom.
But that's why we live in Skolavale, because everything's.
You can't just hide away forever. You know, it comes to meet you eventually. It's better to be prepared. Maybe pick up a bow once in a while. Try a little target practice. Maybe work on some healing spells or something.
Can I have a persuasion check?
Also, is Fitz's little brother still around?
He's like running around hitting people with sticks, like causing, like in the background, causing commotion and shit.
I love
24.
She goes, she's like a little taken aback, and then she's like, okay. Little girl is just, you never talked to me like that, but you're so strong. We will try to be stronger. We will.
In the meantime, if you need to relax, Denison, it's right over that way. Just go straight, take a left. They'll
Where?
take care of you. The
Where?
Den of Sin, tell them Telmoon sent you.
Oh. And then Nevoon goes, that's on, hey, sir, please. Kind of like,
For everybody. Y'all could go together. I'm not saying to separate.
oh, we're not those kind of satyrs. We like to stick together just fine the way we are.
Well, maybe they have a nice room with mood lighting. You don't know.
Yeah.
You should see if they have a pamphlet or something. Relax.
It's all sorts of pleasures. I'm just saying, you can get a nice massage.
Okay, we
Epidexis
go
goes,
together and be by ourselves.
in my country, the pan flute is an aphrodisiacal instrument. It helps with the coupling. Perhaps you can have another young one. Our friend Proxenos, and he lifts Proxenos up. He has partaken of this as well and drops him.
He falls
And then
back on
he-
the floor.
And then Apo takes the little flag that Fitz had tied into his mane, and he he dabs some of the blood from his muzzle. He's like, "This is for your child."
I love the whole
Bully?
dynamic of Fitz finally getting her family back after all this time and deciding, wait a second, you guys are losers.
My new friends are so cool.
Awesome. Yes. Oh, well, cool. Give this to Bully, and he can go check it out. And they kind of like walk off together. They're like, Bully, come here, Bully. And then Bully's just kind of like running around, just like never been disciplined a day in his life.
They should make another one, because that one looks like he's going to die soon.
Now I see why I left, you guys. Oh my god.
I can only assume.
Am I like that? I'm more fun than that, right?
Yes, you're more fun than that.
I can only assume you have come a long way in our travels, Fitz.
Thank you.
And Elpida kind of like walks up at the center. She goes, but honey, maybe you're fun like that because you've gotten out of the Skolavale. You've been other places. But don't get me wrong, we do a lot of fun here. That your parents, they're a different lot. They like to keep themselves, but they're good friends of mine and good people.
Are they like super old? You could tell me.
No, they're because since they age like same as humans, like they've been trapped in there, but we don't know how long. But they are, your parents are 38. Like dad is probably, mom's like 36, 38. Yeah.
But like, based on how long they were in the painting, they could be like 138.
They could be a lot older.
Would that make you like 100 too?
I mean, I guess.
Oh, you're so old.
I don't
not
have my
very
exact
wise.
time. I need to pull. I'd have to literally sit and pull up the time charts. But I know, Fitz, you said you've only been out, or your recollection of been out of the painting is a couple of years, right? And you're how old?
Yeah. I 20
Yeah, okay.
something. I'd have to
They're
go
probably a
in my
little older
notes.
than that. Yeah, they're going up their age a little bit. I always see Fitz as a
She's
little
like
younger.
early 20s or something
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
I think.
So, yeah, it just depends. Maybe if they've been there a long time, that's one thing. But
I'm like the
Fitz has only been
Avatar.
out
I'm 112 years old.
Oh, hi there, Tubman's mom.
Oh, Apple
You
picks
need to
up
take your butt
Proximos
back to sleep.
again.
Hi, Proxinos. He's such a cutie. He's such a cutie. She like
Apple just like turns him, so he's kind of like doing.
Jerome. This is for the first time the eyes Jerome and Telmoon connect, and you guys both agreeing on the same thing. Like for moms to like stop talking to Proxinos. So there are.
Can we go hunt the unicorn now?
We should probably like sleep.
You guys are
Could we,
definitely
like,
in. You're in
take a
long.
nap?
You're in long rest territory. Yeah, you guys are all. I mean,
We haven't
can-
slept in like 30 hours.
We're gonna march.
Yeah.
So if you guys can take. You guys can. Well, let me make a random just to look at my chart and make a roll.
By the way,
You can take at least a long rest. Okay. Sorry. By the way, continue. You guys.
Yes.
I remember there was talk of going to Oreskos because that's where Apple's from. This is one of those kind of junctions where you guys are kind of in your airport of where do you go from here? What flight?
I mean, I was excited because I thought we were gonna kill a kraken, but I guess that's not happening. So
I mean,
You know,
At least not.
if
I'm all
that
for
is
killing
what
the
you want to
Kraken.
try to go to, it's
I mean-
absolutely on the table.
How about this? Since it seems like it's off the table to try to prevent the Krakens from being roused, if they get out of control
Who says that though?
and
I won't say that it's off the table, preventing it.
no, this is Pythias in
Pythias thinking. Sorry,
character.
go continue. Yep.
If that's off the table, and if the Krakens get out of control and start rampaging, we can go and do as Telmoon says and try to kill them. I think we're going to die, but it would be worth it in that, in that eventuality.
we will be remembered for eternity.
I mean, will we?
this is also
Yes.
the fact of Phoenix and trying to raise the Titans.
And I hate Heliod more than everybody.
debatable.
But if he's if he's trying to kill the undead guys, like I don't think we need to get in his way for that. Like we can go skin one of his sheep again or something. Like
Sure. So in the short term, then we're going to go and find the land narwhal,
yes,
and maybe find this other beast that we'll try to help.
the ugly one.
What's the ugly? Oh, you're talking about the Arasta?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Apple looks at Trox. He's like,
I mean, it sounds like we might just be, going around the forest for a while. If we get the first one that we see, then that's a win.
so Apple goes, Roxy's and I heard something back up, and there was a hole, and we could not see it clearly, but something is there.
Something hissing. Not great.
No.
Like the hissing we heard at that temple with the Gorgon?
Maybe.
Give you
I think the sound was much larger than her hissing than a standard Gorgon. Imagine the hissing coming from the stakes on her heads. These hisses were large.
Oh,
And an even better part of this plan, if Jerome is coming with us for the unicorn,
We can use
And
him
we
as
go-
bait.
yes.
I think
I'm
it
gonna
would be-
imagine he's out of earshot at this point.
Yes.
Like he's walked into the tent with Elfina.
Yeah, I'm sure he's walked Elpido away from Proxinus at this point.
I
Not
thought
so
he was
much
just
Bane.
Come
standing
on,
there
baby,
like
let's
doing
go.
the,
Let's go over here and get a scone.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I thought he'd be standing there doing
Yeah.
like the gut out in and like flex and then just
It's a
man.
chance for him to show his mettle.
I just see Tamugo get this man killed. Why?
That's
So-
exactly what we're gonna do.
this plan could be to our advantage, Telmun. You don't particularly like your new soon-to-be father, so we can use him as bait by saying we're gonna go hunt for the unicorn, but take him to the hole and tell him the unicorn went in there.
That's pretty terrible.
What if we just asked him nicely to also help us with the whole creature?
Yeah, we'll just
There's
let him
that
know
too.
we gotta do two. We have to run an errand on the way back.
It's on the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Do think after that there may be adventure to be found in Oreskos as well. So we may revisit where next after we finish killing everything larger than size medium in the area.
We have to finish our circle.
And Apple
If
just
not-
goes, very well. And he just kind of looks down and goes, if that is what you all wish, I will follow.
If not, there's gonna be a whole area that doesn't know who the Bronze Bullies are.
The gospel must spread to all four corners of Theros.
I have so many flags still.
And then he goes, my family does not know what I've become.
You think they don't like bullies?
They
Or
might
do
not
they
like,
not like bronze?
they might not like the, and he goes, kung, 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 kung,
Are you still holding me
he-
up?
Oh no, he put you down.
with the
earlier.
other, with the other hand.
Okay.
Allow me to be the first to say you
Are
are
you still
much
here?
more attractive like this.
I appreciate that, the sheen and the sunlight glinting off. Although, Heliod,
I mean, they're going to find out eventually, unless you plan to just never see them again.
Don't you want to see them again, Apo?
I mean, Fitz, tell me if I'm wrong. It's better now that you've met your family, right?
I mean, I kind of liked the imagination version of them better than the reality version of them. But that's just because they were super epic in my head. I mean, you already know your family, so, you're not picturing them with, like, wings or anything. Nah,
Also,
Yes. Are you still feeling?
I didn't do that. That just that wasn't on purpose.
but Apple's gonna, with the other hand he's holding Proximos, he's gonna shake. Makes like, are you still making the noise?
Did you attract
That-
another eagle?
That's another one.
So far, a big eagle.
But
He's attracted mates in all forms. They just.
I
It's a
mean,
nice, distinguished female eagle out there.
Proximos
Hanging
layer
on
of
the
man.
horn.
Apple, I could always paint you if you were not super proud of your bronzeness. I could try and paint you to look more like a regular lion
I feel like that
person.
would be so bad.
It depends on how I roll, I'm sure.
Apo, I
It could
think
be
they would be
so good.
proud of you for how much of a strong warrior you've become. I mean, you fought Heliod.
Yes, but they may tell me I should have died naturally.
They don't have to know about that part.
Perhaps
Well,
one of
who
you can
cares?
cast illusion or something on me.
You could literally just tell them you stabbed the Gorgon to death while you were returning, and now you're like this. We will all support you.
At this
He goes,
moment,
I like that.
you also notice a new figure approaching. Seems to be very focused and intent on heading up to this group. So
Looks like there's another one.
turn over.
We
to
have
Troy.
a lot of fans.
Show us your teeth.
Not the fangs. Sorry. Just aimlessly walking up, looking to his left, look like he's having a conversation with someone, and you hear kind of the back end of it. How the hell am I supposed to find people? Like, look at this place. Look, there are so many people. You want me to find a handful of them? Oh, why did you bother me of all people?
Excuse me.
Shut up.
And
I don't want to hear a word.
Apo puts Proxenos like right, like just he's straight arming him.
Hi.
Hello. Do you need something from us?
The group? Yeah. You sure? Your descriptions suck.
Who are you talking to?
I have nothing but long stories. So this is gonna sound really strange.
We've had quite a strange day.
Have you guys had a race anytime soon? Is that what you want? Right? No? What the hell did
Like,
you
are we
want?
going to have a race, or did we already have one?
I don't.
I won a race.
We're going to have a race, yes, but
Yeah.
Who won it?
we haven't had the race yet.
Hold on.
Did we get any?
You're already dead. Shut up.
Did we get any medals from the games?
Which, yeah, you would have.
The
from
Rowan games?
You'd have the medals from the games. Yes.
Okay, so then he'll
Any
like
of the
Apple
games
will
that
reach
you
into
won.
his bag and he'll like he's dangling it like, do you mean this race?
He wasn't. No, I don't know.
Cockatrice
I-
race.
I just got asked to find a group called the Bronze Bullies, which is not an easy thing to fucking do.
I just hold up a flag.
Are you a
Yeah,
fan?
that's-
What is?
No, I've never heard of any of you until like a week and a half ago.
Someone signs autographs.
Let's
Have you
give
been
him
sent
all of
to
the.
race us? You're human,
No.
you know that, right?
I'm fully aware that. Yes, I am. I just got asked to ask you as a group who won. Really? I
Well,
have to ask the
probably
other one?
me,
We won.
but we haven't done
All
it
of
yet.
it.
And if you need any form of assistance, that good for you? You happy? Can you leave me alone? No?
Divine
Proxenos
sense. I want to
looks-
see if I can see who he's talking to.
What does he look like, Troy? What is this?
Okay, so what you see is a human, very slender. He has a little bit of a goatee going on that comes down to a braided point, hair slicked back down past his shoulders, and a ponytail, very taut. His clothing that he's wearing is Proxenos would notice that it's Acroine leather armor, but he has a bow slung across his back that has the insignias and coloration of Melitus, and so does the quiver he has. He's wearing very thin fabrics. Almost looks like on his left arm down to his elbow, from shoulder to elbow is fish netted, but in between each little open spot is like some form of crappy thrown in padded armor type thing. It doesn't look like it should function, but it kind of does for him. And he smells of fish, and he is dirty as all hell, and dark bags underneath his eyes.
Taroxys leans
Proxenos,
down to
this one
Apodexis.
smells good.
Taroxys leans down to Apodexis and kind of whispers, I think we found our snake bait.
think so too.
You seem like a drifter.
No, not kind of. Depends on the day.
Don't mind me for a second. As he limply waves his arm, and there is this kind of like mist that goes around, and it is detect magic. Nothing.
And then Pythias dropped a divine sense too, didn't he?
Yes, I did say divine sense. I don't expect to see anything, but I said it anyway.
A fiend, undead. Well, wait, no. Yeah, we shine all over the place.
So celestial fiend or undead. No fae.
No fair. Okay.
Oh,
Within
nothing.
60 feet.
I mean, you might get a hint of an aura to his left, but you don't see anything. It's just like it's kind of like a distortion in the air. You don't see any figures or anything. You see something there, and it's not very strong.
And you said that you're.
And it is celestial in nature.
And you're saying that you're offering assistance.
I was asked to. I loved my stoop that I just drank myself to sleep every night if I could, but yeah, I got asked to ask you guys who won the race and if you need assistance. You see him when he does that, he looks up at something, by the way.
Insight check, trying to figure out what, like, if he's actually talking to something, trying to like feel it
Alright.
out.
The last race.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. That's a 6.
Yeah, he is. You just don't know what.
We could definitely use the help, right? Like, if 2 people die, then my mom can't be that mad about losing Jerome.
Can Leto give me a?
I agree.
What's Leto's passive perception?
15.
Okay. Can I have a perception check?
Plus 5, that's 16. Only one better. Oh god, he's typing. That's not good.
I kind of sniff. I'm like, there's a river. Usually, I mean, I don't mind, but usually humans don't smell like that.
Well, when you live in a harbor, it's going to happen. And when you sleep on a boat, it's going to happen even faster.
Like
Is
I
the
said, I
river
don't
going to
mind.
make him smell less like fish?
If he scrubs off some of the rime.
Right.
I
Interesting.
think he should keep it. It might
the hell
actually
are
make
you
it
looking
smell better
at?
to the hissing.
He
But that's it?
He has a point.
Are you... he just
we could
walks
definitely
past all
use
of
your
you.
assistance.
He just walks past all of you, heading towards a tent. Are you sure? I don't know. You gave
no.
really bad descriptions, okay?
Is he
That
going
does
to the
not
tent
look
with,
like
He's going into the tent.
half of them.
Which
is-
tent?
with Zen?
Yeah. And
Oh.
he sees Zen.
We went to sleep and we didn't bury Zen?
Oh,
We're the
did we?
shittiest people.
We didn't.
I don't know if
we
you guys
take a
ever went to
rest?
sleep. Nobody's ever. I say
No,
we're
because it
in
was a-
long rest territory, but we haven't like really pushed into like actually get through it, right? So I imagine this is all still within that
Went to a
first.
damn concert, all sorts of
This
shit.
is like
just-
the first 2 hours of Zen still just laying there. It's still like an hour after they brought him down, maybe a couple hours after they brought him down after the mountain.
All that
Okay,
party
It's,
at
so-
it's still
the
morning. It's
concert.
still the morning time. It's still we
If
haven't
he's
even gone.
if
through
he's
this.
going for the tent, then Apo is dropping Proxenos and he's going over there and he's lifting him up.
And imagine the tent. The way her tent's built is it has these like two, like, you know, because it's morning and it's day, they want as much light in, so the two like large curtains are drawn back as far as possible. So that's why you could see like the full inside of it. Only a part of each side is slightly obscured, and so I imagine like Zen's leg was sticking out. But now he's at a point where even if you intercept him, he can kind of see the body and sitting on one of the mini cushion pillows. Like Jerome and Elpida have gone off, and so has, you know, Fitz's family. And so yeah, if you're intercepting him, Apo.
Yeah, so Apo is gonna be like he's gonna grab him, like spin him around and grab him and be like, "You're not worthy to be in this tent."
I will use my acrobatics to backflip out of it.
Okay. Athletics versus acrobatics for the grapple. I love there's like a conflict scenario every time we introduce a new Troy character.
Yep.
Dude, I couldn't play a
Is this
Minotaur, otherwise he would have died on sight.
That's our fight on site, buddy.
That's a dirty 20.
23.
Rogues, man.
So he just, I mean, unless you want to describe that, I mean, I imagine he just like
The
careens
moment
right
I
over
felt
you.
a metal arm spin me around, it's instinct. Like he's dodging something that, like he's dodging a swing of something, and he just dips down, slides back, and does a roll on the ground. And when he does, as he rolls on the ground, he rolls into the tent, and he's standing right over to the right or to the left of Zin's body on the pillows. Sorry, I know. Okay, he told me. Just please.
Apple's
I'm out.
like slinging that rifle thing and being like, "You had better have a damn good reason."
You are a lot bigger than this. Just gonna point that out. Okay? Can we agree with that? No, whatever. What now? I mean, we're here. I talked to him. I'm seeing you.
Apple, you want to give me an insight check?
Ooh. That is going to be... That's going to be 15.
Okay. Apple's still angry. He still doesn't know. He's still like not completely trusting this guy and not understanding why this crazy dude is like.
I mean, he's holding. He's not. He's
yeah.
What do you want me to do? You came to me and bugged me, woke me up out of my sleep. I can't do shit here, okay? What? You want me to carry you all the way back? That's not happening. Sorry, man. Will you stop talking about the race? They haven't done it yet.
And he goes, pointing down at Zen. Did you say your body?
Yeah, it is.
And Apple drops like the rifle, just clatters down. He's like, "Are you speaking to him? Your
This is
Proxenos.
Call me the mad.
What's
I'm crazy every time I
happening?
talk.
What's
Every
happening,
time.
guys? I'm hearing all this commotion.
He's in the tent and he's speaking to Zen."
I felt that he was talking to somebody.
You traveled with a human, okay? You know what we're capable of. I can't do shit here.
I
I just
would like
drink.
to get over there, but I can't move.
There's
Want
liquor
help?
in this tent. I'm drinking it.
There's like several bins of open bottles of wine and ale and different things. Yeah.
Oh,
Apple
tastes different.
will pick up the rifle and then go pick up Proxenos and then hold them out to this new person.
Wow.
You know,
Well, Cedars, get a drink.
you should have told us you were talking to Zen.
Okay, to be fair, I've told people I was talking to their loved ones before, and it didn't work out for me. So I kind of stopped that whole routine. Normally, I get a spear to the face or a dagger in the back and walked out of city.
Again, we've seen a lot of weird things.
He's not very descriptive about shit. He was like, find a bull made of metal and a human that sleeps all the time and two short horned figures. He did not. I don't know if it's him or our connect. I don't know.
We
But he
talked
won't
to
leave
him
me
too
alone.
when Zen died as well.
You give me a headache so bad, worse than the gods do. Okay.
So you can see ghosts, spirits.
Yeah, I can also talk to him. It sucks.
I see.
But it's only a few at a time thing.
Can you ask Zen what he would like done to his body?
Oh, well, I have to train. What do you want them to do? Just tell me so I can tell them and I can get on with my day of going back home, which is a long ass journey. Really? You're going to hold me to that? Seriously? All right, fine. I promise. God. He says bury him in a field.
Any field or like a specific field?
You got specifics here? Like, do you got one back at home or here? Just an open field, like a big clearing. I don't know if you can find that here.
There are plenty open. I mean, this entire
This is one of the
setup is
biggest open clearing.
one of the biggest open clearings, rolling hills for miles around in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Ooh, I had an idea. What if, I know it's what he asked, and well, it is what he asked and more. Have the burial here, and since we're at Bardstock, we can arrange a foot race of anyone who wants to around that area. I mean, he's been asking about the race.
Does he want us to race?
Yeah, we'll race, and everyone else. I mean, we'll win, obviously.
He said hold a race. He wasn't too particular about the participants.
I think that's a great idea, Pisces.
Genius move.
Okay.
Can you guys do this? Because he won't leave me alone until it happens. And I haven't slept in hours.
I haven't slept in a day and a half. I'm kind of dying.
And so,
will there be people left if we sleep first?
People left. What do you mean? Oh,
later.
if you go through a full 8 hours, like I imagine that there will still be groups around that are slowly like right now. People are just kind of like still meandering and sitting on the field and listening to like little music. There's no more big acts playing. So yeah, there will be. It won't be as big. It just won't be as like boisterous and loud.
All right, yeah. I mean, we'll probably tell Peter what we plan. Find a place to bury Zen and then sleep.
And so,
And then hunt a unicorn in the morning.
yeah. So over that day, you bury Zen. You all kind of work to put his body to rest. You shared some awesome moments with him before, so it's just a moment of kind of paying your last respects before he is laid to rest. And then after that, you guys kind of try to just rest for the overnight. I don't know if, and so after several hours, I don't know if Proxinos at night gets up or makes any meals or anything like that, but the rest of the day is quite calm all the way throughout that night, unless there's anything you do over that night leading to that next morning. Everything's quite peaceful.
I'm assuming we are all staying in the Alpida's tent. If we're all kind of like together, I would think that maybe like during that same evening when we're all here, There's something I would wanna. I actually. Yeah, it's just something I need to tell you all.
You all are all gathered together.
I think I have that poison in my system. But that's spreading from the other towns.
What makes you say that? Are you more sleepy than usual?
I had a encounter back in Akros with the scorpion. I didn't want to bring it up.
But that was weeks ago, wasn't it?
I thought it was more important that we go to the Skull of Vales. I didn't want to worry you all.
Well, I have to say, now I believe it is at least twice as worrying as you intended.
Doesn't his dad just bring him back if he dies? Shouldn't we just kill him now and let him come back fixed?
I think it was an exception to bring him back once.
If I die, I'm going to be by his side in the underworld, I think.
Have you tried not dying to see if that works?
I have an idea. I have had some ideas to slow the progression of this.
And
I still need to test it out.
well, can we help?
I was hoping that those that were going to grab that antidote, and besides, it seems much more important that we deal with the large threats that are happening right now in Theros. It's still not too bad right now. I just had a weak moment.
Well, I mean, I could talk to anyone's brain and ask them if they have the cure yet, and we could find some sort of way. Maybe someone can travel very quickly in some sort of, I mean,
I also have this conch now that can try to find something from far away. It'll just show around it, I think.
Squire or send something that we don't really know. Do we know who went?
we talked to one of the government people in the cities,
Correct.
and they told us that a group was working on it. So I was thinking I could send to that person.
Got it.
Well, the leader of Akros might be poisoned as well. You could talk
So we're
into
just
her
gonna
brain.
we're just gonna check in on Akros and see if they know. And if they don't know, okay.
Well, that's one idea. I don't know. I'm not the ideas guy anyway.
If needed, perhaps there's someone attending Bardstock with teleportation magic. Maybe we could set up a connection to the temple and send...
Do you think we could get like a teleportation circle here that could then also take us back to your house, Proxinos? Because we had that teleportation there.
If we could, if we got the the what are the group of the people that
Flame Seeker.
the flame
Flame
seekers
speakers.
flame
Speakers.
speakers
Yeah.
the flame speakers would need to get here in order to set the teleportation
I
up.
don't know how prominent their presence is in the Skull of Vale.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably
Very, very thin chance that you
Yeah,
might find one here. Even if they are trying to find, could be very difficult to find in all the people.
doesn't
They're
seem,
probably not revelers, so yeah, probably gonna
doesn't
be very
seem
difficult.
quite likely. They are
But I'm sure that there are other people with like travel magic that could get us somewhere that could help you.
we don't know anywhere where that could help him yet.
Well, no, I gotta talk to someone.
and again, it's even now it's I don't think the poison's taking.
This is all happening before bed, right?
Yeah. It's
Poison's
even
not
now.
taking
Yeah, so
that much
those birds
effect.
should be gone.
I think it's because of my unnatural condition.
What? So you're saying it's uncurable?
No,
You just wanna suffer with it forever?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's a good amount of time before it gets worse.
So this is not something we have to rush about.
Yes.
We can just go back.
That's correct, Talmoon.
I mean, we've heard that this isn't a normal poison, but I can still also try things that might help. I mean, we haven't really tried any. Have you tried to cure it yourself?
Lesser restoration is just a quick few minutes of alleviation. Even the greater priests back in Akros using the all cure, that greater restoration, is not doing it.
Well.
Yes.
We will add seeking a cure for your affliction to our very long to-do list. Near the top, for sure.
It's okay.
Well, I think Akros is probably the end of the circle anyway, so.
But we could probably hurry the circle. Best not to take our time.
So where will the party be going in the morning or when they have fully rested?
Unicorn.
Unicorn, or because I was hearing going into the cavern, or we're going to just search for the unicorn.
I think unicorn, and then on our way back to camp, the monster in the
The
cave.
monster in the cave. Okay. Well, I think the night kind of carries on, and as everyone kind of settles in, of course, if there's anything else you guys want to add to that, you can. But we'll use this moment to take a quick 5-minute break, as well as to kind of describe as set them up for preparing to set off in the morning, bright
Take
and
that
early.
long rest.
Yeah, get that long rest. So
Yes,
you guys are all
please.
fully long rest. All are happy and well, and we will pick back up on that journey. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
I like how Proxinos is like, by the way, guys, I'm pretty ill.
I'm not
No
gonna lie
big
to you
deal.
guys. Telmo don't care that much. Like Telmo thinks that dying, that pushing on with the deadly disease and still trying to live a valiant lifestyle is the best thing you can do.
I feel that.
Wow.
Yeah. Proximos is
Did you ask for more to know that you're on limited time and still try to save the world?
Yeah, he's fine with that.
It's not my fault this world's full of cowards. I'm happy with this guy. This guy's finally done something right.
You think we need to go fight the Kraken now so we can all die before he dies?
Correct.
I love that Proximus is exactly the kind of character to be like, hey guys, now that we've got a minute, I'm totally dying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's,
Well, yeah,
it's
also-
it's no rush or anything like that. Really.
Don't
And
mind me,
it's-
I'm just withering away.
And we could kind of tell from the 16-hour-a-day sleeping thing that you probably weren't the healthiest of boys.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's also great having the meta knowledge that Ohan's character was in a similar place, and
Yeah, I was like,
Died.
damn, you out here. Well, you out
So,
here
good luck.
biting my boy's backstory. Good luck. It's all good, man. So we actually knew about your visit with the Scorpion,
Yeah.
but we didn't see him like infect you or nothing like that. Did he just tell you, or did he? We don't know. You don't know.
Oh yeah, he infected me, but nothing happened right away. Like he was feeling fine, and then it started hitting him, and then he was like realizing, oh yes, it's taking effect now, but it's not really hitting him, you know, like as hard as like he saw with others.
Didn't that
So
son of a bitch say like don't fear the sting?
yeah.
Lying son of a bitch.
Maybe he's supposed to. I mean, maybe it's his destiny to go help his dad. Like shit, his dad don't love him now. Maybe he'll love him if he dies.
Mm.
You hear my boy? He said, if I die, I think I'll be at my father's side. Oh, sure, Proxinos. Your dad will love you if you go visit him. We believe that too.
Well, he was actually mentioning Penthos.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll be by Penthos' side in hell.
Yeah.
You think you're going to heaven?
Well, I don't know. Penthos, the OG Penthos, might have gotten the Elysian Fields for like honorable death against a dragon. You know,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that Penthos is in heaven. I don't think Proxinos going to heaven.
well, the underworld is the underworld. There's just nicer and less nice parts of the
Yeah,
underworld.
I don't think he's. I think he's going to. I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but
Mhm.
my man is wielding powers of Erebos. Usually, that's an anti-Elysium feel.
Well, Erebos is the one who decides where people go, really.
Yeah,
So he'd
Yeah.
give his
Erebos-
son the good digs.
helpful.
But let's
Yeah.
not find out yet.
Yeah. He could send me wherever.
Does Erebos really choose for everybody? That seems like he'd be busy all day, doing nothing but paperwork.
Hey, that's
That's
that
Santa.
godly
That's that
shit.
Santa Claus. That's that Santa Claus bullshit.
Well, that's what he gets for being the first human to die.
I mean, isn't Erebos like the realm of Erebos kind of like part like extension of himself?
Of who?
Of the underworld?
Oh,
I think
kind
sort
of.
of.
He has his
Sort
own
of.
like. He has his own crib there and a few other adjacent like places.
I'd have to
None of
go
them are
back
good.
through- I'd have to go back through his lore, but I think like even though he's kind of a dick, he's like also like on the flip side, he's like a fair judge. But I'd have to read again.
Yeah, you best have one of those gold coins for Athros, otherwise his ass might leave you on the damn shores.
That's true. But would you think that it's honorable as like a warrior if you're someone who fought against Helios?
I mean, it's not
Gotta-
Eros.
Gotta remember,
Eros,
a
yeah.
lot of people worship that bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You might
again,
be safer.
He
You might
can't
be
do
safer
no
not going
wrong.
to Elysium. You're right. I mean, do you really want to be where your dad is, or do you want to be where we'll all be when we die 2 months later?
where do you think you guys are gonna end up?
We're going straight to hell. There's no question about it.
I don't think I have a soul in the traditional sense, so maybe I can luck out and just go up into Perforos's whatever's.
Back into the forge.
Yeah,
You
back
were
in
the original Daddy Doesn't Love You. You ain't going back nowhere.
He will love me when I prove myself worthy of it. The ultimate toxic relationship.
He'll just melt you back down and then turn you into some nails.
You're gonna be inside of Theraxes' snake.
Hey, I'm gonna be a holy set of nails.
Mhm.
The best set of nails
The
you've ever
goodest
seen.
nails. Yeah.
We'll just
The
nail you
funny
into an
thing
upside
is-
down tree. You're good.
I wonder how Perforos took us taking it, what's his name? Ezekias's hands?
Oh, Exekias?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ezekias.
Oh fuck
I
it.
feel like Perforos kind of liked him.
A little bit. I mean, Perfo
We're-
likes anyone that creates shit.
We're champions. We have a little bit more latitude than most, right?
Yeah, you and
little
I
bit.
are champions.
I participated in the
Heck.
hand cutting.
I kind of like
okay.
hold you to higher standards, though.
Well, the reverse
Yeah.
of that is we are the standard setters. We set the standard.
Yeah.
The
I don't think
double-edged
Perforos-
sword.
It seems like Perforos kind of just has his champions for entertainment purposes. Less for goals and more for
Well, I mean, you're
go out
talking
there and
about the
fight some shit.
you're talking about the one guy that creates something immaculate and then gives zero fucks about it 30 seconds later.
I mean,
Creation
also,
and
I mean, he
destruction.
did send you to go save that one inventor.
Yeah. But I also think he kind of just wanted us to fight Hellion. He thought that was going to be funny.
And it was.
Yeah.
So he definitely could have stepped in a little earlier instead of waiting for us to get our ass kicked. Would have been
You're
nice.
champions. You had that.
Then let us get some teleport power too, because that was some bullshit.
So
Hellion's champions being super overpowered.
Odds are fickle.
yeah.
You're dealing with the Zeus of this campaign. Yeah, his champions are going to be stupid OP. Fly, all the radiant damage, all the fucking flying creatures. Helios is just a dick.
And Malcolm, does the conch require attunement?
Actually, I believe the way. Look at it really quickly here.
Does the orb of scrying require attunement?
Yeah, I was
Because, I
just
mean,
trying to
it's
figure out
basically-
if I could do it in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's basically what it is. It's
It's the
basically
orb
the
of
orb of
scrying.
scrying.
Yeah, just use it as the orb of scrying. If
Okay.
that requires attunement, let me read it again.
Orb of. I know there was a crystal ball. I don't know about an orb of scrying.
Is that it? Is that the same? Let's see. Are they two different ones? Let's see. Crystal ball.
I don't see. Oh, I'm
is
looking
it-
in the
is
wrong
it-
place. That's why.
Let's look at the crystal ball. Crystal ball. You can use it for.
Crystal Ball is
Oh,
a
that's
whole
the
different
crystal balls
story.
for like detect thoughts.
Well, no, there's like 3 different crystal balls.
Okay, I do not see an orb of scrying though.
I was gonna try to go with whatever is easiest to put in D and D on.
Yeah.
But
Aye.
I'll say.
You can. I could just have a crystal ball with none of the extra spells. It just has scrying.
Uh,
Or I
Essentially,
could
the
just.
way
I could
wrote
try to
it
make an
is-
item too.
You know what? I think it automatically works. The way I wrote it is basically when you blow it, it works. And let's see. see. But you still have to. It works just like a scrying spell, so you still have to make the check.
Mhm.
So you still have to see.
Well, it's the target that makes the check.
Well, the target makes the check.
Yeah.
So it's always going to work. Yeah. So, it's definitely attuned. I was trying to see if there's something you can use in D&D Beyond to make it easy, but I don't see it either.
I don't think there is.
I
But we
mean,
can
crystal ball might be the easiest thing for now. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you use crystal ball for now?
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Let's see here. So, just kind of wait for Nikki and Josh to be back.
Which
I'm
means
here.
yes, unfortunately.
Oh, here, okay.
Yeah, I just take the chance to be off camera to lay on my couch.
Do your thing.
So we've done the whole funeral already.
I kind of fast forward unless there's more you guys wanted to time you want to spend there, because I know we spent a lot of time on it last game. I feel like we kind of had a funeral where you guys like talked to him, so I didn't want to like necessarily lay into it. But if there is more that you wanted to do, but I imagine you buried him, and if there's anything you kind of want to add to like where you did it, and you guys can pretty much make that canon sure here in this.
Yeah, I like what Pythia said, right? Just open field and have the race around it or whatever.
Yeah. The
Oh
race
yeah, you
around
guys had a
it.
race. So then, and then
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
a race with any people who were willing to participate. Did any of you?
That damn
participate?
albino dude showed. That albino dude showed up to smoke us all.
Rock, yeah.
Probably.
Also, just to make sure, we buried him with coins so he can pay for passage to the underworld.
Yes.
Yes.
Coins, and I imagine in a, with coins. Actually, you might not have any of the funerary masks around because those are normally customary as well. The clay funerary mask.
Roxy's. Do we bury him with the spear?
Oh, that's a toughie. No, we're gonna hold on to the spear and make not to use it. We're going to set it. I'm going to set up like a.
I said, nah, fuck that.
In
He did.
memoriam.
You don't need that. Who he fighting?
Yeah, we're not going to use it. It's going to go into the temple. It's going to be an artifact of great heroes. We're going to set up a hall of heroes at the temple.
And there's that moment where everyone's kind of like running, like kind of like does this race around the mound, and multiple people participate.
Just for flavor, the hammer lets me cast fabricate. So I take a lump of clay and just form it into a perfectly made funeral mask form.
There you go. That's awesome. Because I've been allowing the coins too, because everybody uses them from Greek mythology, but in Theros it's the funerary mask that is most important. But the coins as well will be used for the ferryman. And so he is laid to rest, and it's quite beautiful as you see people like run the race. And the albino satyr doesn't show up to run the race, but multiple people participate. And even Fitz's family, mom and dad, participate just because the mom's like tells her, "I'm gonna get stronger," just because you said so.
Good job, Mom.
And it's quite beautiful. It's quite peaceful here. You know, you have definitely, with all the ruckus and the loud music, there's this moment now to kind of just take in the Skull of Vale and all the beauty before you head off. In that morning,
apparently it's important who won. Apparently it's important to Zen for us to let him know who won.
Who won?
Yeah.
So there was it was mostly only humans and satyrs who took part, who were still around, took part, and one minotaur who was quite slow. Actually, there was no minotaur because then Taraxis would probably hurt him. So,
we would have been like, "Oh, we racing? We racing? Let's go!
Let's do the other kind of racing."
Who can die first?
But it looks like Little Bully won, as he would like hop on the back of whoever was the fastest person and keep hopping, and then when he got very close he was able to hop off and he bit the ankle of the fastest satyr ahead of him and ended up taking home kind of coming across the line, and so he's just kind of like really having a good time and cheering having made it.
Ankles. I should really try hitting the ankles once in a while. Seems like a good idea.
This takes it in. I imagined when he was asking about the race, I thought I was wondering if he was asking about the race that he had raced against the other satyr, but yeah,
None of us saw that.
Yeah, none of you guys
Yeah.
were there at that race, so yeah, very true. You see, Apple is the group that you can tell that the whoever had the unicorn. Apple is kind of like sniffing around that guy who's like breaking down his camp, and Apple ends up finding out that the unicorn itself is not a real one, and is actually there's a magical spell that allows this horse with this fake horn to pull this trick on people that come to play games. And Apple reports that back, but he was
lost
trying to
Apple.
go over there to Apple had Renee had to drop off, but yeah,
Oh.
he had family coming over, so he had to put the kids to bed and stuff. But he's trying to pick up. He was trying to do that to pick up the scent to try to find this unicorn that you were going to look for. And so with that, you all are preparing to set off. Now, I could, with talking to maybe people on the Skull of Vale, there's a couple of places that you're kind of told you might find or you might be able to draw the unicorn, but it's really going to be up to your tracking prowess and your overall like hunting and survival skills. But I'll show you the two directions that you may.
That our ranger's still with us.
Actually, Malcolm, there was something that Proxenos would do for making this
Okay.
faster.
Yep. And if someone was, we can use Apo's skills, which for this tracking, if need be. But what were you gonna say, Proxenos?
Proxenos is going to drop a 4th level locate creature.
Okay. And then it has to, is there a level the creature has to be, or
Nope. I just call out a creature or target, and I know where, and I know the direction if the creature is moving, and the nearest one 1,000 feet away from me.
Okay, so this is the direction.
Okay.
So it'd have to be within 1,000 feet of us. Got it.
Yeah.
So
How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay, so we have a radar.
Proxenos has where Apple's kind of scent would have gone cold. Proxenos helps you all know at least the direction you should travel in, and following the water, and that kind of northeast focus of the woods would be best. We could use, if someone wants to pull up and use Apple's survival, I would need a survival check for the first.
Proxenos, is yours pretty much just as good?
It's a +7.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go ahead.
All right. That's a 12.
So let me see. I'm
What?
1,000 feet.
Actually, would I get any bonuses because of locate creature as I'm?
So it's outside of 1,000 feet.
It's outside?
But
Okay.
it's within. I'm still gonna grant that still makes sense that you know the direction. You know the direction that the creature's in. Yep. And what were you saying, Proxenos?
That's a straight roll, right?
For survival?
Survival.
That's someone. Yeah, it's helping you.
In that case,
Yeah.
that's a 12.
Okay. So that gives me a chance to make. So you're kind of on the basic path, but as you you march. You're following Proxino and Apple and kind of sniffing around and trying to pick up on where in the forest this unicorn might be. To see if there are any random encounters or anything out of weird sorts happens. So over that first, you guys come to a full 8 hours of travel, and you feel like you're going in the right direction. The floor, as the sun drops, the fawning and everything, the fauna and all of the tree line around you has become very dark, but also very beautiful. The trees kind of glow with the fluorescent colors, and the pixies kind of dance around, and you're coming up to your first moment of first day or first night, where you're going first evening of needing some rest. The reason you kind of feel like you're on the right path is because Proxinos, because your spell, because of Apple's keen awareness of the world, and maybe even also Telmoon, and you guys can also add to this, but also maybe Telmoon and Fitz starting to understand the Fae, and knowing that with the unicorns being the most magical creatures, the more magical the environment, the more likely they are there, or they would trespass in those areas. And you're definitely giving off this. The environment is giving off that sense. I don't know if you guys continue on and are willing to kind of risk some exhaustion, or you're taking a rest. You're in this very heavily. There's like a glade in the middle of the forest that you can barely see the sun setting above. But there's a lot of heavy canopy, and a lot of very blues and purple lights dancing around you. It smells like sweet flowers, and there are these very pretty, vibrant berries that are sprouting all around you. And you can even see some of the bees and things are kind of landing on some of the flowers for nectar, but they look like they could be edible.
I eat the berries.
Oh no.
So Fitz is eating.
You guys, these look so good.
They're they're sweet, nectary. They're delicious.
Sweet and nectary.
Kind of taste
Can I
like
try them?
Kind of like blueberries-ish, kind of taste. They have a little bit of tart, a little bit.
Can
of
I
tart to them, but
tell what they are?
Sweeter than a
Yeah,
blueberry.
how long until she dies?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, before Fitz said I eat the berries, I have prepared detect poison and disease for Proxinos. So I was gonna just real quick cast that spell that will let me know if they're poisonous.
You can still cast it, so as you cast it, you detect no poison or disease on the berries.
Nom nom nom.
Try down, guys. I did actually prepare that because I also wanted to examine Proxinos and see if I can confirm that because he thinks he has this poison,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to make for sure. And the spell should tell me the poison. Yeah.
The poison is in his system. It is prevalent, and like Proxinos says, you can tell that it is unlike a normal poison. It is not easily reversible, or a regular greater restoration does not stop it. And it's a slow killer, but it's really bad.
I think if we're resting here, I think it's time for me to try out the thing I had in mind.
Let us know if we can help.
Don't worry. It may seem like I'm dead, but I'm not.
You look like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Okay.
And taking that ritual cast and touches his chest as he lays down, and all breathing and motion stop.
And he just he tells you to trust him.
Feign death.
Feign death.
And he looks dead to you all. But if you weren't trusting him, you would probably think he had passed. But maybe the touch of the magic, like the bit of spark you see before it happens, you can tell that he has induced this state.
Guys, we could totally doodle on his face while he's asleep.
You have that magic pen too. You wouldn't be able to take it off.
I'm just assuming you've done that before to.
I'm doodling on your face.
with the magic band. That's so hilarious.
Just like a big curly Q mustache that like comes all the way up under the eye and spirals in. Like angry eyebrows, like a cartoon villain.
By the way, we haven't even asked for the guy, the
Nope.
guy's name that showed up, and he's just here, right?
He's there.
He knows in. He's gonna die in a couple days. Don't tell him that. But
Can I have a wisdom
we're good.
save from everyone?
Even me.
Actually, not you.
Yeah.
You faint.
Yeah, he's incapacitated.
You're good.
Okay.
Remember, you all get +3.
Is this a magical
Yeah.
effect?
Yes, it is a magical effect.
23 for me.
Okay.
19.
18.
That's
So far.
dirty 20.
So
21.
everyone, yeah, like as you sit there and you rest and as you talk about Proximus, you realize these berries are so good. Before you know it, you realize you guys are just kind of like holding handfuls of them and just popping them like they're Skittles. And you catch yourself and you realize like they're making you feel this like euphoric sense of just belonging and wanting to just stay in the forest forever. But you all catch yourself and realize you're kind of under this charm for a moment, and because you're able to realize it, you're able to like break it, and now you realize you could continue to eat the berries, but you realize you have a sense that the berries were making you all feel that way. So and that's where Pythes was looking for poison or disease. They do not cast any poison, they do not have any poison in them, but they do have a charm effect. But so far, everyone passed with flying colors. Seems.
Let's say I passed the save, but I don't eat. So,
Oh yeah, so yeah, you were good anyway.
Yeah, like a couple of us probably would not have eaten the berries.
Okay, I heard everybody was eating them. I didn't know who was eating them and who was not. But if you ate the berries, everyone's fine. So
Yeah. But we all made the checks. That's not a problem.
yeah.
I love the forest. Strange things happen all the time.
Strange indeed. You
Oh.
look up, and the giant, enormous tree that Fitz is leaning against, it's like, hello, little one. Hello, all. And it seems to kind of have a face, and it says, you've come to my forest, so how about someone tell me a story? I like stories.
Roxy just kind of points at Fitz, like she got it.
Well, have you ever heard the wonderful tale of the bronze bullies? I don't think you have. And I pull out a flag. And I do a little twirl in my vest to kind of like pop the logo on the back a little bit and take a deep bow. We are the bronze bullies. And we have had many adventures. Pick a badge, any badge, I'll tell you the tale.
Ooh, one of the badges. Hard
Basically
to see
everything
from
they've ever
here.
done.
And then he looks at the badge that I imagine has like an image of actually, yeah, what can you
They're all
name-
in Discord
okay.
from far away, actually, because we do the gifts every week.
Why don't you pick the badge for the creature? And describe the badge and then tell the story.
Okay, so I'm gonna point to the dragon. It's a dragon head, and it says, "We survived." And it says, "Let me tell you of the tale of the dragon that was beseeching Akros? Oh, it impersonated a hero, a champion, lived in his stead for many years, pretended to sire sons, and was a dragon the whole time, stealing money from the town and being a liar in general. And one day we happened across its path and we were like, "You're a dirty liar." And we fought it and totally didn't die.
You fought a dragon?
Totally. And we survived.
That's great. I've never seen a dragon other than I've heard one fly over here from time to time.
Oh, is
But
it a
I'm
big
glad
one?
It's very big, and I think the forest would be very would be very endangered if it came here. But thank you for
I'm
this.
sure there are good dragons somewhere.
I hope so. Let me give you a gift for telling me this story. I know much about this place, and I can answer any questions you may have. Maybe help
Ooh.
for you helping and entertaining me.
Oh. We're looking for a very specific type of unicorn. Tell Moon, what type of unicorn is it? It's like a crystal one.
We're just looking for a unicorn. All unicorns who cast magic have this ring.
We're looking for a unicorn.
If you're looking for a unicorn, the only unicorn I know is
Good thing we're not being picky.
I thought there was like a special kind.
Lamorna is the unicorn. She stays at the Wayward Pool. If you continue down the river, but start to head, if you continue on that way for another half a day, you should arrive there. But unicorns are very picky about who they let in their presence. You may usually only see other unicorns. It would be hard to make her appear. You may want to be prepared to. Do you have some way? Do you have a unicorn with? I mean, do you have a way to draw a unicorn out? Or?
You mean you can't just ask it really nicely?
I can't move from this spot, but what I could do. Give me a moment. And there's like kind of like the flap of like bark that continues to. And he's like, and then he takes like one of his branches and kind of digs in there and pulls out like a piece of wood that's almost formed, and he kind of like puts it back in and munches on it again, kind of twists it. He pulls it out, and then he hands Fitz almost like it could be a wooden wand, but he just made like a perfect. It looks like a unicorn horn, but it's just made of wood. You fasten that to your head. Maybe Lamorna will think you are a unicorn.
Oh, this stage just gets better and better.
And then he reaches one of the hands down and peels off a piece of bark, and then kind of does some fiddles with it for a second, and then hands that to Fitz to hand to anyone or to give to anyone. But it's a bark shield. Like on the back, it's kind of like a little carving to where you can put both of your arms through and hold on to it. And it's a +1 shield. That.
Gosh, thanks. Does that hurt when you pull bark off of yourself? Because that looks like it would hurt. Are you okay?
No, it grows back.
Oh, thanks, giant tree guy. Do you have a name?
I go by Tremor, but I've had many names over the ages. But this age, I like Tremor.
Well, Tremor, thank you so much.
And,
That was really cool.
So I don't know who might want the shield. It's only +1, but
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, most of us fight with 2 hands.
Yep.
So probably
I can always use a
Nick
shield.
or Pythias. Yeah. Tremor, do you know if the unicorn's nicer during the day or during the night? Does it matter?
it's I don't know. Not sure.
I am like braiding leaves together and making like a like every horse girl's dream of like a mane that I can wear as like a little hat and like a tail, and I'm going full unicorn cosplay.
And so whoever holds on to Barks over the next few hours as you walk, you'll realize that it gives you the ability to cast the spell Bark Skin once per day.
The shield?
Shield?
The shield does.
That's probably better than for Proxenos.
Yeah, because that makes your base AC 16, which is probably not lower than Pythias's.
Yes.
Yeah, that would actually boost me up to a 19 AC.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just having a +1 shield would put me at 20. No, it would put me at 19 or 18.
It would.
Yeah, so
It would not.
That
Yeah.
would.
I already
You
have
have
a shield.
you have a shield already, right?
Yeah, so it would just put me at 18.
Put you
so,
at 18.
Yeah,
Takes you
Proxenos should have it.
And so
Fitz, you don't think that the unicorn will be confused because you'll be a tricorn.
Well, see, I'm trying to build this mane up here, and I just have like leaves sticking out everywhere. I'm trying to cover these horns so that this one is.
I'm gonna walk up and
one.
whisper to Fitz, yo, like, whoever goes out there is gonna be in danger. We were gonna make Jerome do it, but if you want to, feel free.
I mean,
I'm not. No, it's up to you.
Literally, like having had Jerome has just been traveling.
Yeah, his useless ass has just been back there.
He's sleeping right now. He's like, he's kind of snoring.
I thought maybe I could dress up as the unicorn, and I like
Yeah,
fluff
go
the mane.
ahead.
And then I
Just
could
whoever
like,
does that is gonna be the first person the unicorn attacks if the unicorn gets pissed off.
what if you're very persuasive and you just ask really nicely?
Me? You? Good. Yeah, give it a shot.
I thought that was a good
It's a
plan.
fair warning. It's a fair warning. Yeah.
You guys
that's a
have
good plan.
my back, right?
If the unicorn starts to fight you, we will jump in, but we will be hiding far away, so we'll have to move in.
Okay, I can hold my own for a minute, I think.
Do you think?
6 seconds. 12 seconds.
Are unicorns very smart, do you think?
Yes.
Very, very smart, like smarter than a Thor.
Yes.
They're not a beast. They are.
Yeah, they're fae. They're like us. Are they celestial?
They're celestial.
They're celestial. Yeah. They're
Well,
smart.
see, I got this really cool bow, but I think the thing it can do only works on someone who's not that smart.
Yeah, nah, not this one probably. I don't.
Do you think it would help if you had a celestial horse with you?
I mean, horse girls unite. You know what I mean? We could all hang out.
Well,
Raid
if
each
we wait
other's
until tomorrow, I
names.
could get you a horse, or like a celestial camel or a dog. But I think a horse is a better choice.
I think a camel would be really confusing, Pythias. Okay. I mean, sure. It can't hurt, right?
Well, it might.
It
But
very
that's
much
why I was
can hurt,
asking.
but yeah, dude.
At least like they'll recognize types, and the horse that I can send is actually pretty smart.
Popping up.
And
from
it would
the,
be right there.
from coming back to life, just popping up.
Oh, hi, Proxinos.
Oh, hello. Is that a horn and a shield?
Do you like it?
And you have leaves on your head.
Yeah. It's all on purpose.
You're gonna dress up like a unicorn?
Yeah. It's super convincing, right?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Someone goes to sleep.
That doesn't look convincing to me.
So the night
Do I need
goes.
to roll for cosplay?
That's if you once we need you to make that roll.
Yeah, we'll
That's
get
all
there.
We'll get there.
As the
Okay.
sun rises and the birds come out and you all begin to head on in a new day, you get advantage on this survival check. Proxinos, are you back up and awake in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
And this will be survival check as you kind of head, continue on looking for this lake.
All right.
Okay.
And that is a 24.
Okay. And so the help of the tree, Tremor really helped as you all travel. And about 6 hours later, you come to an opening where there's a mist that drifts over the surface of a small lake of this forested crag line. And the shore on one side of the lake, you can see there are just a bunch of like mossy rocks. And right near the shore is a small little perched rocky outcrop. And on top of it, there appears to be a stone bowl of some type. Now, of course, it's hard to. There looks like there's maybe coal or rocks inside of it, so like almost like a brazier of some type. And the forest along the shoreline is quite beautiful and vibrant. And this appears to be the wayward pool that you were told of. How do you proceed?
And while we were walking, I took 10 minutes and summoned Eliso, the horse.
So this like magical horse, right, appears.
Just maybe for moral support. It'll help, Fitz.
Oh, thanks.
And just to double check, Fritz, you want to go ahead and do this?
I couldn't think of any other plan that seemed, I don't know.
So you fashioned like a headdress that has.
I have made like a giant like Harry Potter Luna Lovegood in the lion costume.
Okay.
Like that giant head, just like leaves and the horn and a tail to match.
I can see it.
And we're gonna need 2 signals. One for Jerome to come and help you, because his useless ass has just been walking all this time. And the other for us all to come and help you. And that's where Appo's gonna punch a unicorn.
Okay. So what should those signals be, you guys? You want me to
Well,
If
I
you
would tell
stay-
you tell us what you can do. If I tell
I
you to
can-
do something, you might not be able to do it.
If you're within 120 feet of me, I can talk right to you. Real easy. If not, then I have to, use some of my power to do that. But it's cool.
Okay. We'll be within 120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if you need Jerome, talk to Jerome. If you need us all, just yell.
Oh, sure. Maybe
Um,
it'll scare it off if I'm really loud, Win-win.
Maybe. Just act big.
I can.
Enhance her persuasive abilities.
I'm pretty charismatic.
Well, if
You enhance anything you want.
looking at you, Fitz, I think that this could work.
Jerome kind of elbows Tillman. You really
I
think
could
this
turn
gonna
into
work?
a horse, but I can't talk, so it wouldn't work.
That's a good point.
So good luck there, and just a little bit extra shine for you as taps you on the shoulder, and you gleam with this bit of Nyx light,
Ooh.
So Fitz,
sparkles and all.
You were going down there in just the outfit without the horse that Pythias gave you, or you're just like it's just you, right? Or you taking the the spirit horse, or what are you doing?
I figured the spirit horse and I would go together, but I would lead.
Okay.
She
And
was going as a unicorn girl leading a celestial horse.
We're just hanging out, you know?
Yeah,
I just so
got it.
happen to be in the front.
and you have
This is gonna go great.
You have Eagle Splendor, so you have advantage on all charisma
Yeah.
checks.
Ooh,
Also,
thank
as
you.
you're going out, I will let this might help, just in case things go badly, and I will lay a hand on and cast protection from good,
Thank you.
just in case.
We'll be
Whoever thought we would need that? That's very useful.
Yeah.
we'll be close-ish behind.
Okay. Okay.
And
Horse
so,
energy.
you march out there, maybe 100 feet towards the shore. The water's kind of lap. Actually, it's very still water. It actually doesn't make much noise at all. It's just a little bit of you can hear it as you get closer, but it's very still. And that magical mist, like rises over it, and there in front of you is this large, outcrop of rock. And as you get closer, you realize that that stone bowl, has coal in it, and you are standing there amongst the midst of these beautiful trees and this beautiful water, and just the sense of the water smells fresh. What do you do? You've gotten this far, looking around.
I am quietly talking out loud to the horse and / to Nylea the whole time. Like,
Okay.
this is going to go great. I know this is going to go so great because
What's
you're
everyone
looking
on?
out for me and you're looking out for me. And we're going to totally run into the very nicest unicorn there is ever. And they're going to love us. And that's my pep talk to myself.
Can I have an insight check?
Yeah, she's lying to herself.
Natural 20
Ooh.
with a total of 23. It's going great.
Jerome looks at Tell me, he's like, I feel like I should be out there with her. You told me to. This is my
If you,
journey.
she thinks she's better off without you. If you get her stabbed, that's a problem.
No. I'll stay here. I'll stay here. Yeah, I think you're right. You're right, young blood.
Yeah.
And
But if something happens, you better be the first one out there.
so as she rolls this nat 20, she realizes that whatever she's doing, it's kind of work right here in the presence, but she has a feeling that lighting the coals is the next thing to do, and maybe that will help with calling the unicorn forth.
Shoot, do I have a match or something? I dig
You
into
do.
my
You're
backpack.
adventurer. You got like your
Pull
flame-
out.
your-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just- and she sparks a in the fire, kind of, and it comes to life with a very vibrant, radiant light it's a flame like you've never seen before. It's almost like a bit of rainbow colors kind of dance in the fire momentarily, And then right beside you, out of the forest, but maybe I would say maybe at least 40 feet away from you. You can't tell if if the being walked out of the forest itself or if the creature just materialized. But there you see this beautiful white horse with, almost like somebody covered in little parts of its body in glitter. And it kind of looks at you with very, like, eyes that say, eyes that say it knows exactly that it is not a normal beast, right? It says that it has a high intellect. But it just stands there, a bit kind of like it might be pondering you. What do you do?
Oh, wow, you're so much prettier than I thought. I hope you like my hat. I just wanted to come talk to you and let you know one of my friends, he really likes this girl and he wants to ask her to marry him, and he said he wanted some sort of ring from a unicorn. I don't want to fight or anything. I just thought maybe I could ask you real nicely, and then maybe you would get that for him, maybe.
And you hear the voice kind of in your head. And it says, "Mortal, do you think that I just am here to hand out trinkets for anyone and everyone?"
Well, no, I imagine they'd have to be real special for you to give it.
They would, and I do not know you. Do not seem special, though.
I made this really cool hat.
It is. I acknowledge your creativity. Can I have a persuasion check?
27.
That was advantage, right?
That was advantage.
And so you want a ring from my horn?
Pretty, please.
This will take some time, though I am concerned that mortals have found my abode. I will probably be moving now.
Well, we met a really nice tree who told us where you were. It was not easy to find.
He's such a blabbermouth. I should cut him down. But
He was very nice.
He's nice. He's nice enough. Make sure your friends keep their distance, and you please do not approach me. I will provide the ring to you when it is done. And the horn on her head begins to like glow very brightly, and magic kind of begins to wisp around it. And you can kind of see a light slightly even brighter than the way the horn is glowing, almost from inward, but a light ring starting to form. And then suddenly she got as like something, she's hit by something, and she turns around, and she almost like, you could tell like her magic kind of almost like she was going to teleport or try to leave, and she flutters. She's like stuck, and she looks like she's in stasis, like she's paralyzed, and she just flickers there in a moment. And you hear a little cackling beyond the tree line, and it's like, oh, you hear, "I got her," and then ahead of you, Fitz, you see in the trees you can see a little figure kind of step out. He's like in a tree above you, about ahead of you, about maybe 40 feet at an angle up high, and it looks like a yellow little man with a hook nose, and he says, "I am Blix. I always knew I would get the unicorn. I am the darkest Kobolus there is. I am black as midnight, black as pitch, blacker than the foulest witch." And then he says, "Step away from my prize. I'm taking the horn." Now, the rest of you can see that from a distance that the unicorn is in stasis, and Fitz, you are taken aback as the creature is there.
Waiting for signals.
I cast Hunter's Mark. Can I cast Hunter's Mark?
As a bonus action, yeah.
No, I think I have it as one of the.
From the bow?
No.
No, it's a blessing from Nylea.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Troy.
Internet died for some reason.
But yeah, it's still just a bonus action
Hunter's
spell
Mark
as it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I use Hunter's Mark as a bonus action, can I still cast
Message?
message?
It's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a cantrip.
Yeah, you can do cantrip and a leveled spell. You just can't do 2 levels.
I'm just gonna stop you right here real quick. Remember the plan. If you cast message, you're only gonna talk to one person. You can just. Are you trying to be
Shout.
quiet? Is that the goal?
I guess not. Not at this point.
Because then you could use your action to do something too. You know.
I'll also say this: seeing the distress, Illiso nudges you, and even kneels down a little bit, as if saying, "Hey, you can ride me if you want."
Oh, satyr on a horse. I'm gonna do that and climb on top. And
Back away from the unicorn.
would I have had time to attune to the bow?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it has a ton of things that I just have to skim through really quickly. Someone's trying to take the unicorn, you guys. Red alert. This is a red alert. Holy
What?
cow. Hunter's Mark on the guy. I'm sorry, unicorn. We're gonna get you out of this mess.
At that moment, a couple of arrows slam into the ground next to Fitz as she realizes there are a ton of these little, he called himself a kobolas, but a ton of these little yellow men, and they're all in the trees all around, and they're firing arrows on Fitz's position. Roll initiative.
Ah!
All right.
I know I suspect for the sake of time, we'll go through no more than 3 rounds before we close out tonight, but we will at least, we'll see how this plays out. Could be quick, it could be, if it goes longer, I will close it out if I have to. I know we're over time for some of you who are, have to go to work in the morning and stuff, so I am being conscious of that, but Taraxis, you got a 20?
Thank you. I did get a 20.
Okay. Apo is not here. Pythias.
13.
And if you do have to drop off, I'll try to, go ahead, but hopefully we can. Let's see. Fitz.
21.
Nice. Leto.
23.
3.
Got real good in it rolls.
Proxinos. Yeah, a lot of good. Proxinos. Going once. Going twice. Okay, maybe
Looks like
Proxinos
he stepped away.
Okay, so I'll get him when he comes back.
There
so
we
Lou,
go.
I also got 23, but Troy's
Oh.
first.
crazy high. Okay, and Proxinos, what you get?
19, really
All
high.
right, so shoot, they're not ambushing
We are
you. They're
on it.
ambushing them. Jeez. As they don't see you guys coming. Proxino's got a 19. Let me find him here. All right. Okay. So, kicking things off, you see the kind of situation before you: the lake, the um, the unicorn, and the horse that Fitz is riding. You are all here, and I would say it's hard for you to see right now because a lot of them are hiding. But you saw the first one pop out. He's in this tree here. He's a fairly little fellow. If we were playing in any other world, you guys would probably see them as goblins. Though Theros doesn't have goblins, so this yellow little man with long ears and a kind of nasty, dastardly nose. But I think you guys maybe saw him pop out. You saw maybe where the arrow flew from, but only really Fitz has gotten a good look at these. But you can see the arrows flying out of the trees, so you know that you're being accosted. Leto, you're up.
How far from me is the one that we saw in the tree?
A good 75 feet.
Just in range. All right. I'm going to bonus action steady aim. So he is going to take his bow out, pull an arrow out, and just look around and go, does this happen all the time to you guys? And he will have this shot with advantage.
Yes, it does. It really does.
That is Soul Knife with a longbow.
Natural 20.
There you go.
All right. That is a hit.
So 30. 49 points of damage.
It's a little Blix, the Kobolist boss who thought he was somebody. How do you do it? How do you kill him?
Oh, effort. Just
He just takes one directly to his face. His eyes bloodshot. And he falls out of the tree.
now he's just thinking, shit, I really hope I don't hear him. That's my turn, since I can't move.
All right, this leaves with Blix dead. There's a lot of like shock, kind of like mumbling and kind of secret talk amongst the trees. Telmoon, you're up.
Telmoon is just gonna run as close as he can to hopefully be in between the unicorn and the trees. He's got 45 feet of movement. I don't know how far the unicorn is. That's as close as he can get. All right, and then 40-foot cube in the trees, just starting with the tree line and going back. He's gonna cast slow.
How 40-foot cube in the trees back there? Or back
Just
over?
in the trees. Yeah, where I
Trees,
think the
okay.
arrows are coming from.
Got
I'll
it.
drop
Got
a
it. So
40-foot cube
gonna put it
in
there.
the trees.
All right. So
I don't know how many of them are in there, but yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
a
catch 2 of
DC
them.
15.
Oh yeah, I gotta. 18 and a 14.
All right, so one of them is slowed. And well, on the die, 18 and 14.
On y'all roll 2 d20s, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I got it on the die. I got an 18 and a 14.
Yeah, if he has a modifier, then he passed.
Oh yeah. I didn't even. What is it? Wisdom?
It's a wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, did not happen. Bonus action. He's gonna ancestral guidance.
Actually, it would have been. Sorry, with the modifier, it would have been a -1. So.
Okay. Well, then the 14
yep,
still
14
fails.
Still fails. Yep. So only the 18 got you.
All right. There's only 2 of them over there. Now we know.
All right. So, you said it's a 40-foot.
Yeah, it's 40-foot cube.
Yeah, you got 2. Okay, because this guy is dead. And then cool. And then we then move. Okay, so then we're moving from Telmoon to. So as Telmoon is slowing the creature, you can definitely tell that there are creatures in the tree lines around you. Fitz, what do you do?
I am going to pull out
Actually, before you decide what you're gonna do, I should ask you for a perception check, Fitz.
A 6.
Okay. Yep. So you one of them was low. So you, Fitz, you see the water next to you here, as whatever you're about to pull out, whatever you're about to do, and the water starts like bubbling, and you can tell that there's a figure there in the water, like it's rising, it's about to come up. Any second now.
I take mental note of that and scooch the horse slightly farther away from the water.
Okay.
Because what if it's bad? Who knows? And I pull out the bow that I got from Nylea, and I'm going to cast, I think, a winter. I'm going to cast a winter arrow.
Okay.
And that is there a saving throw for this? I think
For Ice Storm?
there's a
It's in your
save
spells. It's in your
for
spells
the
now.
for the
It's your
bow. There's
Yeah.
a save DC against the spells
It's 18.
is 18.
Yeah, it's in your spells now. Like you can see there's bow spells.
Yeah, I was scrolling through it. It's just very tiny.
Got it. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna cast Ice Storm.
Okay. Where you place? Where at?
In the trees again, where we can see the arrows coming from.
All right. They seem to be coming from both sides. So either side is your.
I'll take the side that Telmoon didn't take.
Okay.
And this is a 20-foot radius, a 40-foot high cylinder.
Foot radius. Okay, and then saves need to be made. Okay, so 2 dex savings. It's a. It's 20 foot, right?
20-foot radius. So
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big. Yeah, so it's like.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 8 and a 17, so I think the 8 is.
They both fail.
Actually, give me credit for the modifier. Which I think they're still gonna. Yeah, it's the DC 18.
18.
Yeah, so the 17 will pass. It's the +2 to it because the dex save, right? And
It is, yeah.
Yep.
But he'll
So-
still take half.
Okay, you got it.
So that'll be 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 13 points of cold damage.
Oh, they're both dead. You see, like, as a cold rips through the wind, like this cold, like icy storm rips through that area. It tears even like the beautiful blossoms from the trees, leaving the tree barren. And you see a couple of little frozen bodies like drop and crumble on the ground of these little weird fey-like creatures that are no longer there.
Sorry, Unicorn. I'm really sorry. We're just trying to get you out of this mess. It'll be okay.
Sorry, and I realized I just realized how big 40 is a 40-foot radius for that thing which you cast, Tell Moon.
20.
Yours was 20.
Yeah.
So then you would have
so
got
mine's a
one
40-foot
more.
box.
You would have got one more 40-foot box, and then that one would have got a 15. Would that have passed? There's one more.
That would have passed, yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then now we move to Roxy's.
Just checking. Would you have called out that there was something in the water, a person in the water?
I don't think I did.
I don't think
I
she
just
did call it
moved
out.
away.
All right.
And so at that moment, the water splashes up as this pale green-skinned, lanky giant comes out, long nose and with a huge piece of wood, like rotting wood in his hand, warped wood to try to hit little Fitz. But it's not his turn, but it just kind of rises out.
All right.
Yummy. And it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's Tarox's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna activate my Giant's Might and run at this thing that just popped out of the water. How far is 30 feet get me?
Your Giant's Might, you said?
Mm.
Oh, is the one where you grow?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're like on a larger platform. 30 gets you there.
Okay, not quite striking distance. But what I will do is use my action to dash straight up to it so I can use my bonus action for my Goring Rush,
Okay.
which allows me to use my horns as a bonus
Got it.
action.
So you're dashing and then using the bonus action for Goring Rush.
Just
That will-
slam right into him.
That'll goes running forward. Tarox's push right into the creature. Going into the Goring Rush.
That's going to be a 13 to hit.
As he grabs the horns and you guys kind of tussle as he kind of pushes you past, you kind of splash into some of the shore water, the wet line there. The unicorn is still kind of glitching, and Jerome is thinking to himself, "This is why I needed them." Proxy's that ends your turn. I
That's
take
it.
and then the large monster swings back at Taroxes with one of his claws. Yep. I'm just gonna roll because D&D Beyond is too slow. 23. Hit on
Hits.
the second one. 25. So, and then it tries to bite him. The bite will not land. So the first two hit. The Taroxes takes 14 slashing damage, and then from the club, ooh.
Got
bludgeoning damage. Okay.
Got it.
Sorry, I'm doing math. Real slow here.
Okay.
All right. And then so that is all the creature has. As suddenly, right in front of Telmoon, the other one that was hiding on the shoreline pops up, and it looks like it's going to kind of grab the horn, but Telmoon is like rushing up at the same time. So when he realizes he's going to get intercepted, he just kind of goes to swing a claw Telmoon's way.
Come at me.
Not going to do anything. That went from like nat 20 to 18 to 4.
Oh no.
Yeah, it just did not work out. Next attack. $15. And then tries huge maw opens up. Just the most rank breath for 16 doesn't touch you. And then we're moving to Proxinos.
All right. First before really I'm in view and I can see that, right?
Yeah, you can see everybody can see all of this. Yeah.
First, just checking to see if there's anyone else that is like hiding. Just like quick look around.
Yep. Your perception check reveals, since they aren't necessarily hidden, what you realize is there are of all of them left, there are 8 more of these strange little figures hiding in the tree lines. There are 3 on that side, and the other 6 are spread out over here, kind of like moving into new positions. But there are at least 2 here kind of hiding in this tree. So they've got pretty high to hit marks, and then some back in the trees over where Fitz, up behind where Fitz is kind of blasted.
6 more on the left there, in the tree line and up in that section, and pointing at the unicorn that's under the stasis. Undo, as he casts the spell magic on the unicorn.
Okay. What happens?
So when I cast any effect or like choose a creature, object, or magical effect within range, any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends, and I make an ability check if it's higher than that, and it's a DC 10 plus the spell level.
Okay, make a check.
All right. Well, that's a 19.
All right. So there's a kind of blast of power that, and the unicorn kind of shakes off whatever was holding it, and is free. She no longer has that shimmer effect to her body, and she looks quite angry, but also quite a defensive. You know, there's only a second here marching by, so you don't know what she's gonna do, but she is free now.
And just saying, get out of there, protect yourself, we have this. And just bonus action, seeing as Taroxys is getting hurt, gonna do the ever useful 1d6. You get 3 points of healing back, health back, and 1 temporary hit point.
Nice. So as you're doing that, Proxinos, let's see here. The other arrows just begin to rain down in the area where Fitz, Telmoon, and Taroxys are, and just gonna kind of split them up and roll them here really quickly. 1, 3, coming at Fitz. Oh my gosh! All right, not gonna hit. Second one. Not gonna hit. Nothing. So
Thank you, Nylea.
they're literally like on D&D Beyond. They're all like rolling and so on. They're rolling from like 19 to like 4. They're like about to stop on like really high numbers. That last one was a 16, and
For me?
that would have been the Telmoon, so that wouldn't have hit.
Nope.
So then the rest of them are not. Yeah, I gotta do 2 more for Taroxys. And no. All right. So all these arrows, but then what I do is the creatures will try to hide. So
Sure.
what's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Do you
just
think?
perception checks around for everyone.
I don't see them. We're just gonna go ahead and say no.
Yeah.
I got a giant ass troll in my face. I
Instead
don't
of
think I
making
see-
all these checks, I'm rolling for them as like one unit.
19.
7.
16.
Okay. So far they're hidden for you, those two. Anybody else?
19.
Still hidden.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Can't roll higher than 19.
So yeah, they rolled a 26. They're pretty high. Jerome doesn't know what to do, but he's kind of panicking, and there's arrows flying everywhere, so he moves up to this like tree stump and just drops down behind. It's like and is looking at
If
Telmoon.
he doesn't stab somebody, that useless fuck.
They're all in the trees unless he taps one of those
Come
trolls.
stab a monster, you piece of shit.
He will as you try to intimidate him there, he'll try to see if he gets some courage. He might actually come in on that next turn.
Okay. Trying to marry my mama, can't even.
Pythias, you are up.
All right. So seeing how many arrows did I see?
There
arc
is
out? It was like a lot.
There's a lot like coming. So there's like in this tree, you can see at least a couple of. I mean, like they're hidden, of course, but you know where they're coming from. But you would either Actually, they're hidden because I don't think anyone can see them. So you'd actually have to go in the tree to get them,
Yeah.
or go fight the trolls, which are kind of far away. But
Yeah. Well, I am not going to go into the tree line. I'm going to take my movement 30 feet towards the trolls.
yep, it's about right
And yeah, can't make it there, but I will cast the spell.
there.
And you see they're like kind of fighting on the shore of the lake. Is that what's
Yes,
going on?
that's basically where they're fighting. That's
Yeah.
at the shore of the water. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the background's kind of weird, but it's the shore of the lake.
Mhm. So you all hear Pythia speaking in Primordial for a second, and some of the water of the lake swirls and surrounds them in a wall of water. It's going to be a round wall that's we'll say 10 feet high, because I don't think these guys they have how much. Well, we'll make it 20 feet. Why not?
Okay.
So they don't have the elevation. And yeah, it's going to surround that area, and any ranged attacks will have disadvantage through it.
Okay.
Then that's what I can do.
So there's water on both sides right now, like so they have
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it can do a ring.
Okay, so so there's this huge wall of water that's ringing around, cutting off the shots from the creatures. So good move there. This
Is the unicorn inside or outside of the ring?
It's going to be in. I want it around the unicorn. That's the important. Like, you guys are good, but we want to protect the unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can the water in the water can so then it's inside.
You can walk through it.
You can walk
It's
through
just if they're
Got
shooting through it, they have disadvantage.
Okay.
And then if they use ice spells, there's other stuff. But I didn't see any ice.
Okay. The unicorn will strike the creature in front of her, kind of just as almost in a form of defense, like salting first, and will hit with the horn for 16, doing these here. So that creature's stabbed by this like holy light takes 13, and then she turns and kicks with her hooves and misses there. All right, so she's done, and move to Apple, who's not here. So Aceros. So all right, so this is final turn. Leto, you're up. Last turn of the game.
Can't do jack shit, so I'm just gonna run over to that rock.
Which one? This one here?
Yep, I'm gonna be in between
On
the
it,
rock and the
or-
stomp.
Okay, in between the rock. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
kind of
Right
using
there.
cover.
Yep, kind of hunkered down. Okay, and then anything else?
No, I can't attack the two creatures in the wall, and I can't see the other ones in the forest, so I'll just hold my action until I see a target to shoot.
The unicorn then uses a legendary action to like a shimmering shield of like kind of like you see like a little bit of magic mist kind of hardens around her and then disappears. You realize she's like raising her defenses on top of that, raising her AC. Tell Moon, you're up.
All right. Tell Moon is going to go ahead and he's going to go ahead and cast a Psychic Lance. So he's going to do his little sword dance, and giant sword is going to shoot out at the guy in front of him. I'm going to need an intelligence save.
Intelligence save. Probably not going to go very well. Nope, that's going to fail.
All right. That is 12, 15, 21, 27 damage
Nice.
to the troll in front of me.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take a step back from him, or take a couple steps back from him and see if he swings at me.
Okay. He's the dumb troll, so yeah, he will.
Okay. That is 19 plus to hit.
Okay. And he still
So-
takes a swing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the swing.
That's not going to hit you. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I figured you weren't going to hit me
so
tonight.
you hit him again.
Yeah, so that's 6 plus 4, so 10 more slashing damage. And that was my reaction. As my bonus action, I'm going to throw a firebolt at him.
Okay.
That's 22 to hit.
That hits. You lopped his arm off with that first one. Now the firebolt's coming. It's a little
And that would be
trying to
7
reform.
plus 6, so 13 more fire damage. And then I'm gonna charge right back into him.
All right. So you just like Telmun just like working this creature. He's kind of looking like scared at this moment. Like, how is this a satyr? You can see it in his eyes. Like, never seen anything like this.
I used a lot of sorcery points and stuff, but yeah.
As this is happening, Fitz, as you guys are commanding your environment here, what does she do?
All of the little not goblins are hiding.
They're all hiding, so they can't be targeted now because they actually use their bonus action to hide.
If you have
you're
anything to
surrounded
drop
by
in
a
their general area.
water of walls. I don't know if that will hinder what you're doing.
What I'm doing?
No. Fitz
Oh,
is inside
Yeah,
the wall.
yeah,
of
we are,
water.
yeah,
The
you were
wall.
also trapped
Yeah.
in this water wall with us.
So you're probably better taking the
Thunderdome.
trolls damage or going to war with them, or
Okay.
I have you
Okay.
on the horse. I don't know if Fitz is still on the horse, but you're mounted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to. Is that troll-looking guy that is by the unicorn? Is he essentially taking up 10 feet?
Yeah, they're 10 feet.
Okay.
Taking up like is
Then-
he in terms of his size?
Yeah.
He's a large creature. He's like him and Taroxys are both like same base size, big. bulky
Okay.
Monsters. I mean,
so
giant size.
if I were to cast Shatter on him at like the 4th level, which is a 10-foot cube or sphere, it wouldn't hit my friend Telmoon or the
No.
unicorn who's right there, right?
It's a 10-foot sphere. No, you just put it right over the back of him. Yep.
Cool.
Over my head.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am
Oh, so you want
just
this one, the
going
one
to-
over Telmoon, so you just kind of put it right over his head, just boom, right there.
Yeah, just loud ringing in the ears until they bleed, kind of
So-
sensation.
You got it. Yeah.
Watermelon.
And Telmoon just worked. So,
That is a con save.
Oh, that's Satyr power. Finish him.
Ooh, he actually rolled pretty high.
Oh,
19.
no, he didn't. 19?
Shatter does half damage, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Shatter does have damage.
Okay. Well, then fine.
Roll high, kill him anyway.
His ears still, regardless of his ear. The real what happens to his ears, you see them blow off, and then they start growing back.
Oh no.
Gross.
Trolls.
Yeah. But he got hit by a fire spell. Unless
Yeah.
that
So
doesn't
if this is a normal troll, then technically he
Oh
can't.
yeah. No, yeah, the fire. So he's not. Yeah. I was just doing that for flavor.
Okay.
Flavor wise,
he's not getting hit points.
he can have his ears back.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold on, I'm getting a calculator for this.
That's what I like to hear.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
That means big numbers.
I got a couple 8s, you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. It's at least 8 damage.
That is 27 points of damage, and we'll half that. Excuse me. So 13.5, however you want to split.
That
it.
would have done
That's
it.
just
As you
13 rounds
like
down.
he's just this raggedy red ears gone, like little nubs that are trying to grow back. You blew most of his hair back, and like his eyes are all jacked up from just like all the force damage. I mean, or the
Thunder.
what is it? Thunder damage.
Yeah.
And so he's just really messed up. He kind of drops to his knees, his long hag-like mouth out, just kind of moving very slow. He kind of looks wet and oily.
Down the
Ew.
center
Great.
height. I like it.
Fits. Taroxys is right after you. Unless you have anything else.
I will bonus action give Taroxys inspiration.
Nice.
And that is a D8 that you can roll until it succeeds.
Glorious.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. I don't know if this makes a difference, but the one that I slowed technically can't hide.
Oh yeah, you're right. So then
There's one guy in the
there's
forest.
one goblin
can
that
be
everyone can
seen.
see. If you want to shoot the goblin instead of the troll, there's actually the one that cannot hide. Fair enough. On that side.
I know there's some people outside the wall that can't really do much.
Yep, they can. So,
End of my turn.
All right.
All right, time to swing for the fences. We're just gonna heft the hammer of Perforos and take that first swing for a 17.
That will hit.
All right.
Oh, that's gonna be some damage.
Wait,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you are a goblin slayer. This is what you do. Troll slayer. Get them.
All right, so that's gonna be 18 bludgeoning
Plus.
plus 17 fire.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
Things light up. You hear like, so it's like squealing. That was just the
Second
first
swing.
blow, right? Yep.
Yep.
Run it back.
15.
That's gonna hit.
All right. I rolled the wrong dice.
It's all right.
I was gonna say that makes me sad.
15
go.
bludgeoning,
All right.
and then another. Oh Lord, 17 fire,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna action surge. Third strike is gonna be a 29.
That's 29 damage.
No, that's
29
That's
29
a
to
hit.
hit.
29 to hit. Okay.
So then 9 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 10 fire.
Just describe in 2 blows destroying an entire troll.
Wielding the hammer two-handed, he low swings and slams it across both kneecaps. And then as it drops, just swinging back around, pulls it back and turns the head, crushes the head like an overripe grapefruit.
Nice. And it just splatters, just black ichor to the,
You got one
to
more,
the
don't you,
pretty
buddy?
pristine water.
Yeah, I got one more.
You got one more, yeah. And you can
So,
move. So
I kick that body into the water and immediately turn to the other and swing at his back.
yep. He's like slowly trying to turn, but you're already boom, your heavy hooves coming down on the ground.
That's a 30 to hit that one.
Just
then
carving through it.
D10. That's gonna be 10 bludgeoning,
How do you do it in a matter of seconds?
and then another 9 fire as I hit him in the back, and you all just hear as the spine
Oh,
separates itself.
and
Fatality.
pretty much, yes.
Just showering Telman in bits and blood. Trying to finish this thing.
Well, thankfully it's a bludgeoning weapon, so he's not getting sliced up. There's just a lot of internal bleeding.
I've seen guts.
Don't worry, there's a huge shower around you guys you can just take.
And just in that moment, you can hear all the no, it's not worth it. You hear like the rest of the little goblin-like creatures like fleeing, as you have stopped whatever was trying to transpire here, and the looking at you all, the unicorn Lenore like kind of nods her head like in thanks, and her horn glows, and then she says, well, I guess you, looking at Fitz, you are deserving of this ring you have requested.
I told you had to be special. We're more than we've seen. I promise.
Interesting. And then I see the touch of the gods on all of you. I know those righteous when I see them. Make yourselves comfortable.
Someone will
My
walk into the water.
abode is yours as I construct the ring.
Thank
At this
you.
moment, are there any final thoughts that anyone would like to share as she kind of walks off on the water and she begins to walk on the water out to the middle of it to, I guess to perform this ritual?
Fitz, make Jerry buy that from me. He didn't do shit.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Telmo, come on now, man.
What you do? You was hiding. I saw you before the wall went up.
I'm not a warrior. I'm sorry. That's why I asked you to help me with this.
That's why you hired us, right? Which is the payment you're going to give me for the ring that we just got you.
What do I look like, a prince?
You told me you trying to marry my mama. You broke and can't fight.
We don't need a whole lot of money here in the
Well, then give us a lot of really good wine and fill up all our supplies.
Why don't
And
you tell her what she can about her family? You said you know them, right? Paying stories.
Ooh.
I see what I can do. I've got some cash stashed for a rainy day, but don't you think that would be better served? It was meant for you and your mom and I to go on a little trip to one of the islands after we got. No, we want to go see.
You want
the
me to
world.
go with y'all on your honeymoon?
No, I wanted to go, but now you want me to give you the money.
So now I gotta pay for your honeymoon.
I'm just saying, it looks like we won't be having one.
This guy sucks.
Yeah,
You guys, these are regular people, guys. Like everybody.
We can still leave his ass here.
You guys think everybody is sad.
Dale sucks.
They're like, everyone sucks. Colors are
Tear off
shit.
one of those troll arms and strike this dude real quick. We can still make this happen.
Guys. Come on.
It's fine. I get it. I deserve it. I mean, he just
I'm
kind
not
of
saying
sits
it's
down. He
gotta
goes,
be money.
I'm sorry, I can't, everyone can't. I'm sorry, I'm not the warrior your father was.
Well, I mean, no one's the warrior my father was, but what do you do?
Your mom just likes that I'm a companion. I provide comfort. We
24/7.
are best
You just
friends. We are
a companion.
yeah.
But my mom, she sings. She's a retired Hall of Famer. It's all things, skills that she has. What do you bring to the table? Conversationalist? Do you cook?
You could tell that hurt him, and he's like,
Do you cook?
I make
How
I
you on
make
that
a
grill?
mean gumbo.
Okay, all right.
I can do.
Okay, make some gumbo when we get back.
I will. And you saw me dance.
I saw the dancing. I'll give you that. Dance is not bad.
He goes. He kind of goes. He goes walking off like on his own. He just kind of like.
Mom's always been a sucker for the dancers, but godly, I wish she would have something going for him.
I love that. Like the theme of this episode is that everybody in the family is trash. Like outside, these people are just.
There's no ambition, no drive to better yourselves.
They live in the Skolavel where it's just like party time, except for your oracles and your.
Yeah,
they don't need for
well,
much.
you gotta do something, right? You gotta like be a hunter gatherer. You gotta grow some food. You gotta do something for the meal, right?
I think he does pretty
Leia
good. He can fish and stuff. He probably just did a bad job of trying to explain what he's capable of. I think he's a bit intimidated in the sight of this group, and yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
in the sight of the bronze bullies, any normal person would start to feel like they lack the true skills of the world. You guys are like the THEROS you know.
Oh yeah, we
influences.
definitely have no
Yeah.
concept of normality.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
each and every one of us is probably a better fighter than my dad was, but I'm just like, nope, not in my head.
Yeah, in your mind, he's still a paragon.
Yeah.
In Jerome's eyes, we just murdered a militia of these creatures and 2 giant trolls in about 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Telmoon, but I get it. He does kind of suck, but hear me out here. He makes your mom happy, and she chose him as much as he chose her, and he's not going to go away. You don't have to like him.
I was trying to help him out. I was trying to say you don't have to give us money since that's the money for the honeymoon. Trade some of your other services. It's not my fault he's got 0 skills. This wasn't supposed to turn into a shit on Jerome fest. I was trying to help a brother out.
I get it. I get it. Just
Jerome, from now going forward on this journey, will at the end of every session, if you are still out here in the Skullville, we'll make a survival check. Actually, I'll have Telmoon. Can you make a survival check for Telmoon to see if he becomes less weakling over time? He is a regular satyr, so
Yeah. Like he won me over by when I saw the picture and he went to protect my mom first. Like that was the right move. That is a 19 on the die.
All right, so it would be it's survival, wisdom, or intelligence?
It's wisdom based.
Wisdom. Yep, that's fine. I'm trying to.
I'm assuming he don't have no proficiencies. Except for cooking.
I'm just looking to see if he has any modifier to the wisdom. Nope, so it's a straight roll. So what'd you get?
Yeah,
19?
negatives. 19 on the die, yeah.
19? Yeah, so maybe this conversation has made him feel like, okay, I gotta, at least while I'm with you guys, I gotta figure out how I can, contribute and help. And so we'll see what that adds to him in the next session. But
yeah.
Glass Troy again.
And
oh
no,
so
so
he's there.
I'm right here.
yeah, he's right there.
Oh, sorry. Guess it was just cut off and I didn't see you.
And then and I guess that's suddenly what we do see is just a little light shining from the middle of the misty lake off in the distance, and then a little light kind of pushes up from where the unicorn is and starts to shine brightly. And casts almost like a flare light over all of the waters, and then when it dissipates back to dark, just this little ring flutters back, and the unicorn catches it and begins to turn and slowly walk back towards you all, and she walks over to the shores. And the ring begins to slip off and kind of slide down to Telmoon. You're closest by, and your, stepdad, I guess you want to call him now, is Jerome is standing there kind of like, can I step forward? And Telmoon says nothing. He walks forward.
Up to Fitz. Are you okay with this?
Yeah, she's not giving it to Joe. She's handing it
Yeah.
over
So
to
I'm
the
she
party.
handed it to Telmoon.
So whoever takes
I'm
it,
looking at Fitz to make
she's
sure
just
that I can
ring
hand it to
down
him.
to the
Okay.
party, to the
Yeah, 'cause
party's
Fitz
and
earned
Jerome
it.
is kind of yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fitz, do you?
You guys, I'm just really excited that my idea of asking very nicely worked for once.
That was a good job there.
Thank you so much. Tell Moon if you want to take it, you take it. This is for your family.
Yeah. Make her happy, man. She deserves it.
Thank you. And so he takes it, and then he goes, "Oh, you don't know how much I appreciate this." And he kind of just holds it in his hand, and everyone kind of sees it glimmering, and realizing that it probably has some kind of magical effect too. but he holds on to it, and he holds it very, very tight. As we kind of like sit there with it kind of glimmering in his hand, kind of a light around all of you and Lamorna, as we kind of fade to black and end our session there. But you guys have got the ring for Jerome, and can now also gain some information from the unicorn as well if you do decide to talk to her further. You have made a friend here in the forest in the Skull of Vale, at the Wayward Pool. So, good game.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
Can't believe his bitch ass didn't pull a sling out or something. Just try.
Oh
Like
my god.
they've
Pan
got this
flute
under
encouragement?
control.
He'll get there. He got 1 point of courage today. So
Okay.
I love just breaking it down and just like, what do you do?
What is it that you do here?
Yeah. For good stuff. I mean, good to
He
see how
lost his dance battle to me.
you guys destroyed them within seconds. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of fourth level spell, action surge on
Yeah.
God weapon. So
But it shows you how like what you're capable of, right? When you
Yeah.
just have when you literally have outmatched your enemy.
and also we saw a little bit of what happens when 7th level rogues crit.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. I think what'd you do? 49 damage? Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's what 46 twice,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
2d8s.
So it was crazy. A lot of overkill. I love it. Good stuff.
By the way, as a reminder, the shield that you gave, is it an action to cast Barkskin when you use the shield?
Yeah.
It's an action.
So what's
yes.
the thing think?
Yes.
Cast a spell.
Yep. It casts a spell. So yes, it's still an action.
I was just
Um,
double checking if there's
yep.
if it is different with the shields.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since the shield is always passive, yeah, you still
It's
have to
still
cast
it's still a spell, right? Like
Still a
it's not like
spell.
it's just bark skin all day.
It's still a first
It's a
level
spell.
spell. And then if I'm not mistaken, you all are now headed to the cavern on the other side of the cavern at the base of the tower.
Uh-huh.
The tower. Yep.
Yeah. And we're on level 12 now, right?
You
Yep.
are all
Jumped
level,
up.
You are level 8 now.
Hey, I was begging, but I'll take it.
No. You are level 8.
Wow.
Sweet.
Look at
Other
that.
feet. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No
That's what
feats. I gotta
happens
get
when
that
you rip
charisma.
someone's hands off.
You
Gotta get
actually
that
were
charisma.
going to be the level 8 didn't come from this fight, but came from
Came from us inspiring our families
it
to
came
be
from
better.
it came from the family and from destroying the
Inspiring.
tower and saving them from camera
All you
obscura and all
shitted
that.
on your families, every single one of y'all.
Yeah. I want to make
Isn't
sure you
that how-
covered me. Pythias'
fucking-
Isn't
family.
that how your family tries to get
It's
you
more
to be
from
better?
saving them than anything, but yeah, keep saving them.
That's what
from...
my Thanksgivings are like.
It's that moment of realizing your parents are people, being like, "Aw, man, I thought you were gods or something. You're just regular? Oh no."
Yep. So level
forgot I was
8,
using
and then
XP.
I will say, only piety this game is. I'll give out 2 each to anyone who's willing to take Nylea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take some Nylea.
I
Brings
do
me
not
up to
Do I
what,
mind.
have
7?
some of hers already? Let's see.
2 points.
Oh, it brings me up to 12. Look at that.
Y'all get on my level.
I actually think this is my first points of from Nylea.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
So
here.
I usually say no to anything that's not Perforos, but Nylea
Right,
is
now
my
you're
secondary
like-
god.
All right.
Oh man, I love seeing Taroxy's just wail on those 2 trolls.
I love seeing it.
Dude, what is your to hit? You were hitting 30s, and I'm like, that's not a crit?
Plus 11.
God
Because
Oh,
it's
it's
a
an
plus
18.
3 with the weapon.
I was like, your
It's
boy
fun.
Frackus.
I'm surprised you guys didn't go start hunt. Yeah, because for a second I thought you guys might try to go hunt the creature that. Oh well, I actually
Stratas. or
You
whatever
told
her name
us
is.
that was Leia's best friend. We're not gonna go kill her.
Yeah, you're not trying to kill her. You'll
Yeah.
be trying to. You'll be
You
trying
just
to.
gotta
But
break
what
the
if?
curse.
Yeah,
What if?
good
What if
luck
this?
with-
What if this creature in the cavern is this creature? Then you might have to retreat to figure
We're
out.
gonna
how
use Leto as bait to see.
to-
He's fast. He's fun.
He smells like fish.
yeah.
That's why we took him. He's like, this smells.
Communicating with Nylea.
It's probably tasty to a red goose.
They're all just talking about
And
like,
what
yeah, we
happens
can
when you
use it
can't
for
find him?
food.
What's
What
that?
happens when you can't find him?
I mean, I
red
can't find
goose?
him.
You guys did come across the red goose when you first came into the Fae, or the.
Your perception sucks.
Did?
You gotta know to hide.
I can hide all the time. I'm a rogue.
You don't
I'm
just
an
do
urchin.
it for fun.
I just
How
met
many-
you, and you guys just literally incinerated 2 trolls. You think I'm not scared of you, motherfucker? What
You
the
didn't see
hell are you
that?
thinking? Yes, I
You
did.
didn't see that? You
Yes,
just
I
saw
did.
you saw fire behind a wire. Oh, you saw some fire lights behind a
It
water
is.
wall.
It is not murky water, sir.
No, it's pretty clean, pure lake water. Yeah.
Oh, so the wall of water doesn't obscure vision like wall of fire and all that?
Oh
And
yeah,
wall
that
light?
would obscure vision.
does
wouldn't
not.
it?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't say that it obscures vision.
Really?
It's just
Wall of
just
sand
So it's
disadvantage.
not. It's not. It's not opaque. It must be like just clear water.
Yeah, it's clear. It's
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Wall of sand
Well,
obscures
because doesn't wall
vision.
of
I can't see through World of Color. That's just water.
Wall of
I mean-
color?
Let me read it
World of
again,
color.
just to double
Oh.
check.
You're not California. Go away. The rest of us that have been to Disneyland have seen some World of Color.
Yeah.
That shit's opaque.
yeah.
Okay. So wall of water, ranged weapon attacks are at disadvantage. Fire damage is halved if the fire passes through it. Spells that deal cold damage cause the area of the wall to freeze solid, like a 5-foot square.
That would
Yeah.
probably be hard to see through.
Yeah, that would be hard to see if it's ice.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you can, if part of it is frozen, then it has AC and hit points, and you can destroy it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, water's clear.
Interesting.
By
yeah.
by the way, Malcolm, I did find stats. There actually is a giant eagle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
There's definitely a giant eagle.
No,
I don't
no,
know
I
why you
thought-
were struggling between giant owl and giant eagle.
I thought you just said you were a because I remember you saying I'm using a giant eagle, but I thought you flavored it as a giant owl. No,
Yeah. I think we usually start with owl, then he realized
I
eagle's
must
stronger.
have just I must
Yeah,
have just
yeah.
thought owl because I kept seeing it as an owl in my mind
Yeah.
because I for some reason
He
last
was
game,
hooing.
I thought he was.
He was hooing for sure for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why you hooted, and so I was like, oh, it's a giant owl. So yeah, I got it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, Nikki, I don't know if you saw that. Have you used your extras on your character sheet yet?
My extras.
Uh-huh. See, like
I
action
think
spells
so.
inventory. Go all the way to the right, extras.
Hold on. I moved into character builder because I was so excited. Let me just
Oh,
go
no.
back to my
Sorry.
Same.
Sorry.
Right.
That's
No.
quick. That's quick. Let's just go up to 8. We're good.
I just
I'm
wanted to
already
see
back.
what my options were.
Oh, you're gonna take some feats, maybe?
Maybe we'll see.
Look at you. Look at you. I had to bring
Okay,
my charisma up to 20.
So extras.
Mhm.
Extras
then
that
you're-
you add will display here.
Yep. You want to manage extras? You want to go to summoned?
Add extra.
Yep.
Summoned.
Uh-huh. And then you're gonna type in Nick Sporn links.
Add. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that way your Nick Sporn links will be on this page because your weapon doesn't actually show the stats for it. I don't want you scrambling.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I didn't realize that it adds each thing as an individual spell on my spell.
That's what I was
card.
yeah.
But on the actions, it shows the bow itself and the whole description.
Yes,
So
it's like you have 4 arrows. This is the
And
spring
they do
arrow.
this much and this much
Yeah.
and this much. I was like,
That's all. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. That's why I was like, let's just get to summer. Summer's the hardest one. You need to add it, but the other 3 are spells.
yeah, The other ones are pretty self-explanatory. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Yeah, no worries. I know if you don't play druid, you don't usually use this stat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's
Nick
really
uses it
cool.
or if you cast polymorph, you use this tab sometimes too.
Yeah.
Druid does. Nick does both.
Druid is intimidating. I don't know how y'all do it.
It's so much fun.
It's a lot of fun, but yeah, it is. There is so many options.
Yeah. I feel like overwhelmed by choice.
And I'm really happy that I'm level 8 now, because that means I can just turn into a giant eagle with wild shape.
Yes, you can. Yeah. And that way you have 4 hours instead of 1 hour. I was like, does he know he's not wild shape? Then why is this eagle still partying? But yeah, 4 hours of eagle is beautiful. Or horse.
Or horse.
Oh, man.
Giant octopus.
Yeah.
So crabby.
Sir Krabby.
So
So crap.
with this bow, I get some sort of major benefit
Oh, yes,
because
I
I
thought
have
those to you.
I have a
Yep.
ton of Nylea points.
Yeah,
I
you
think
have
I'm
to tell
at
Mal to give you that.
28.
You have 28.
Do you
so
also
go
get
for
a minor bane?
I don't know if they stack. Because it says like if you have plus 10, you get a minor thing, and then if you have plus 25 or
There's-
more, then
yeah.
you get a major
There's
thing.
Did you get both? Yeah.
You get both.
I have
Troxy's got both.
28.
I gave Troxy's, both of his, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I will.
I think
I
I
will-
only have one for now.
Oh,
Do you guys have boons as
what's
well
your
as
piety
banes?
at
or
right
just-
now for Perforos?
My-
Troxy's?
Perforos piety's at 15.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you haven't
How
been
much
as
do you
generous
have?
with us.
And you have 25 now, Nikki?
Well,
my
my
God.
last count before today's
Yeah, she has a bunch.
game was 28.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm-
see,
I'm
you've been stingy with Perforos.
Yeah.
We as champions and all that.
You guys have been. We've been away
First,
from
like-
Perforos for a minute.
I've got the
First
weapon.
half of
Eddie.
this was
Yeah.
literally nothing but Perforos.
Perforos will come back into play. Just there's plenty of time for that. Yeah. And we haven't even gotten to Taroxy's.
What genocide do we need to commit to get more piety?
It's coming. It's coming. I mean.
Oh, great.
Kill all
Good
the
stuff.
Krakens.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just remind myself I can slow down a little bit with Nikki and Nylea.
I mean, you don't have to.
She's not going to get to 50 anytime soon, most likely. But when
Yeah, so
she
you should have
does,
2 of those. Then I'll get those. I'll get those to you because I usually like spend
Okay.
some time on those majors and minors and add them.
Did
I think
we?
and I usually kind of treat it a part of the tuner process because I think I didn't even give. Troxy's went through like a session or 2 before he got his.
That's
Yeah,
why
you
I
can-
was asking if it was attuned or not. Yeah.
But you still get the +3 right now, and like all the other abilities. Yeah. So it's a tune,
Do-
but the other abilities are starting to.
Diaz,
starting to
Kraken's
show.
only a CR 23. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but you can't.
I think
kill
it's
it.
2 of them.
Do I
Well,
get to
depends
use
on the
that
city.
bow
There's
as a
2
regular
cities.
bow?
What do you
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because it only has the 4 magic arrows. So if you don't shoot a magic arrow, it just does regular.
Cool.
Huh.
Cool. I was not
I was-
sure
I
about
have
that.
magic arrows though.
You can add magic
Yeah.
arrows. We do have
You-
magic arrows.
I have a bundle that we got from Zen that he
Correct.
stole from someone.
Yeah.
And the bow
So
has,
those can do
Karanetra.
extra stuff, but you're gonna have to ask Troy what those do because I don't remember.
They're just +1 to damage and attacks.
So
There you
that
go.
would make you a +4 to hit with +4 damage. Or,
You need-
Yeah, I guess when you're using the magic arrows.
Shit.
You would
Do you
have
get
an
a natural
additional
+3 from
4.
it?
No, the
The
bow.
bow.
The bow itself adds a +3 bonus.
To
not the
damage
arrow.
and strikes? Nice.
It
Yeah.
says the bow adds an +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Yeah, made with this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so then it would be a 1d6 plus like 9 or some nonsense for you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be depending on Nikki's attunements. Colin still has bracers of archery. You picked them up after the dude. Remember you picked them up after the fight with the pet thing that Fitz tried to adopt, and we're like, no, don't adopt it.
The monster?
Yeah,
Brace
you
I
of
not
picked.
remember
archery.
picking up bracers of archery.
You do. I promise you, you did.
I
One guy
remember.
had special like bracers. You picked
Yep.
them up.
Because we raided the bodies of the
Yeah.
people who died in the
Oh.
pit.
So
And
she has
Do you have an
bracers.
I
extra
remember they
2
were
minutes left?
there. I remember like going over
Yeah.
them to somebody. So I
Yeah.
don't know if it was Fitz, but somebody.
Yeah, I
I
know we
shared-
were kind of
yeah.
in between Apo and Fitz. I don't think we
Yeah.
had decided which one to give it to. I don't think we ever gave it to anybody.
so it was just floating
Obviously
in the
fixed.
ether, like this is
They're in
useless.
the bag of holding.
Yeah. Definitely do not give them to me.
Yeah. But if you have another attunement slot, yeah, I'll give you another +2. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
So you
Just
would
to
have a
attack,
plus just
So,
to the
right?
attack. So a +6 to attack. On top
I'm
of your
gonna
bow
be
regular.
On top of your
nasty
normal
with the
bonus.
bow.
Or
So-
29
Yeah.
attacks at least with the magic arrows.
So what would
After
that put you?
is-
What would that put you
Yeah.
at for your regular attack? Which your normal
6
attack
plus
is?
3 plus 4, so it'd be 13.
Jeez, that is
13 to hit.
insane. That's
Nasty.
insane.
And damage.
That sounds fabulous.
It'd be-
Why
might
have
be
I
less
not
than
been
damage.
doing
It'd be
that?
11.
Yeah.
It'd be 11. I mean, still
Wow.
11 to damage.
Wow.
What?
So it's, yeah. So it's a 1d6 plus 11. Yeah.
That's power of a god weapon.
They do anywhere between 11 and 17 damage for an arrow. That's nasty.
How many of those magic arrows were in that bundle?
29. I only shot one because then I died.
And
yeah,
and I don't know if
It's getting real
potential
godlike.
yeah,
I like it.
potential combo too is if anyone wants to go range, we now have a giant eagle at the ready to fly around.
Great. So that you can kill you and the ranged person when you lose concentration.
Right
Hey.
when you just fall out of the sky.
I don't lose concentration.
Oh yeah, because you're
Yeah.
the wild shape now.
Got
Yeah.
Wild
it.
shape.
But if you take too much damage,
If
you'll
I
fall
take
out
too
of the
much
sky.
damage, then
Damage
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the giant eagle hit points.
Yeah, eagle archers are
it's
busted.
26.
Okay.
What's funny is like Nikki could take sharpshooter right now since she leveled up and it'd just be really
Yeah.
crazy.
And just be super broken.
She'd be
Yeah.
like, I got everybody. Boom.
Yeah, because you would still have a +8 to hit.
You
but then
literally
you'd
would
be doing
be
a flat.
an embodiment
Yeah.
of Nylea's arms, eyes, and like.
She would
focus.
love that.
Yeah.
I'd get more piety and
Of
everything.
her- Of her archery skills.
I see no
Yeah.
downside here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a flat 21 to damage plus the d6 every time you hit.
As long as I'm not stealing these bracers from Apo. I don't think he'd like me.
Still from Apo. He shoots now.
Oh,
I don't think they work with firearms, do they?
Yeah, they do.
I'm saying no.
But there's no firearms in this game.
There is now.
I
There's
like how
crazy-
Mal's like, no, you can't be a gunslinger. You gotta tell me a reason to have a gun. Like,
Yeah,
he
you gotta
gave
figure
it.
that one out. That one
He
I
gave
can't.
it.
He snatched the gun from a dream. That's how you did it. Like,
Sci-
Well, yeah, he still had-
sci-fi laser gun.
my boy's got an antimatter rifle.
Oh. Actually,
Oh, no.
I meant to make him. It was in my notes. He's supposed to make a check on that gun today, but I'll remind myself next game.
It's just gonna disintegrate when he tries to shoot it next time.
Because
He's just covered in paint.
It is a part of a vision of a deception or an illusion, or even when I say illusion, I mean it still works like it's real, but I think it's still a magic that Phoenix has brought into the world, and I don't think it's forever. So yeah, it's
It's not forever. That's mean. Let the cat have his gun. He's so happy. Renee's
already
so
dead.
happy with it.
He still got it. He still got it. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But
He's all hugging it and pointing it at everybody. He's kidding the candy store with this rifle right now.
Brandishing it at
That's good.
children.
Oh my, yeah, for real. Oh man,
Fantastic.
Gotta love them. Good stuff, guys. I gotta jump off because I know the rest of you guys got work, but I got let me actually just stop recording.
Yeah, man.